19 is the number of bad health. It is no coincidence that it was called COVID-19, and it is no coincidence that the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote, because that's a cancer.
Well, I don't think I have the moral high ground to decide who gets the vote, but you apparently do, so I was going to ask you about that.
This piece of Musk is one of the most evil son of a on the planet. He might be an acolyte for the Antichrist himself.
You made a prediction about Elon, and this was about 14 months ago, that he would have the worst year of his life. You could not possibly have been more...
No, they're going to have AI Terminators. And when these poor people start rebelling, it's not going to be standing armies trying to suppress the people. It's going to be AI robots with no conscience that will gun these people down like pigs.
The AI, for example, is going to save capitalism. It's going to save
capitalism?
Yeah, because if we don't use it, China's going to.
Explain to me why 2% of society controls 55% of the money. You can call them Crips, you can call them criminals, you can say whatever they want. I agree with a lot with Islam. Sharia law is something I would implement. No one should be drinking alcohol. No one should be eating pork. Women need to cover the fuck up. But
Okay, Shaman. Garry, your prompt is the 19th Amendment should be repealed. I'll leave it to you, gentlemen.
Well, 100%. The 19th Amendment should be repealed. Almost every cancer in society goes back to giving women the right to vote. Kind sir, who are you?
Shaman Omar here.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Are you vaccinated?
No.
Okay, outstanding. At least we got something over here, man.
Yeah. No,
all right,
I'm vaccinated from...
So tell me about the 19th Amendment. You for it or against it?
I'm vaccinated from all bullshit, including your position.
And what's my position?
That 19th Amendment should be repealed.
So you want women to vote?
No, I just want to know, like...
No, what do you mean, yes or no? It's either yes or a no answer.
Well, I don't think I have the moral high ground to decide who gets the vote, but you apparently do, so I was going to ask you about that. 100%. So anyone else that should not be able to vote or should be able to vote?
I mean, I don't think people who are mentally ill should vote.
Okay.
I don't think murderers should vote.
How about black people? Can they vote?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're talking about black people, yeah. If you're talking about ends, probably not.
Black women, no.
No, black women, white women,
period.
Italian women, Russian women, Muslim women, Catholic women, they all shouldn't vote.
Okay. And the world would be a better place, right?
Much better place.
America will be fucking thriving.
I mean, if you look at if you look at the statistics when America was at its peak unchallenged, that was about right after World War II, 1945. So in the 1950s, that's when women had the white picket fence. That's when we actually had mothers, not whores. That's when we actually had women raising the kids because the men were doing the work. That's when actually society made sense because we had a nuclear family. Now we have a whole bunch of degeneracy, and it all comes back to the 19th Amendment.
So that's the singular reason. Basically, yes. White picket fence, women weren't whores, women couldn't vote in the 1950s?
I mean, they could vote in the 1950s, but I'm just telling you, it took a while from the first wave of feminism, because the first wave of feminism maybe had some points. Now we're in the third, fourth wave of feminism, and all they care about is, keeping their legs open 24/7 and getting on board.
Yeah, it's an epidemic. I'm not going to argue against that. We're in the middle of a tidal wave of the bullshit, obviously.
Okay, so what's your stance here?
My position is that it's the idea that we have the decision that we can take out 52% of any society and say they can or can't do anything.
So are women more emotional or logical than men?
Obviously emotional. Depends.
Okay,
Are they
why
dykes?
would you
Dykes?
why would you want emotional people voting? It's a fact. It's a fact that women voted for John F. Kennedy because he was better looking than the other guy. Mm-hmm. Is this the type of voting base you want? Or, like Clavicular says, we shouldn't vote for, what's his name, the vice president because he's J.D. Vance.
Well, Clavicular is a woman too, so what are we talking about?
I mean, I wouldn't call him a woman, but
I'm not trying to
he basically says a few things that I would agree with and disagree with, but at the end of the day, this whore culture needs to end.
Is he not part of the whore culture?
He's a man. I would say that's a different conversation.
So he's a man. So that's the ideal of a man. If we
listen, brother. I didn't get here on my looks. Okay, so I'm not doing that looks maxing shit.
Well, I kind of did, but so what?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Sure.
Maybe you need to talk to Clifford a little bit more. Maybe.
And what? Learn how to have.
You wear makeup?
And learn how to have premature ejaculation.
You wear makeup?
Learn how to take testosterone.
I'm asking, do you wear makeup? Bro. I mean, you said you're looks maxing, so I'm asking.
I never said looks maxing.
So what are you doing with clothes?
Bro, I'm not getting plastic surgery and taking testosterone at 14 years old.
Nor should you.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm not looks maxing.
You guys are going way so far off.
There's better topic now.
Okay.
We're gonna.
You want to talk about Clavo then?
No, I don't want. No, but so my point is that in my opinion, that guy, and he's a young guy, and he's going to figure it out. So I'm not trying to like attack a 20-year-old guy, but the point is that if we're looking at him as an epicenter of masculinity in our world, from my perspective, as a 46-year-old, I'm not projecting it on you. I'm saying from the youth perspective, right? We have girls, you said, spreading their legs and OnlyFans. Yeah. But I would say we have an epidemic with that shit with guys as well. And as a 46-year-old man, father of 4, I don't want my son to be like that fucking guy either, because I think he's a girl.
There's an epidemic of guys being whores?
No, being bitches.
50% of guys can't even get a fucking woman. They're over here on fucking watching pornography and jacking off. Here's a fact.
Yeah, but that's called being a bitch. That's called being a bitch. Would you agree?
Here's a fact. 58% of women are fucking 10% of the guys. So most of the guys are not actually getting women.
Where the fuck did you get this statistic?
That's a proven statistic.
Really? It's proven? Yes. How?
I mean, all you can do is look on statistics that are taken online.
Let's pull it up.
58% of women.
The AI is a little like iffy on this one.
Yeah, you think? 58% of the world's fucking 10% of the guys?
8% of women are fucking the top 10% of guys. Flat the hell out.
Top 10% of the guys based off what?
Based off money, mostly status and things of that nature.
So Bill Gates has a harem of bitches.
No, but Elon Musk does. About 12 of them. About 12 of them.
He's got how many?
The richest man in the world got 12 bitches and fucking 12 kids, or 13. So explain that one.
And all of them can vote too, right? So
unfortunately,
and he can vote.
I mean, he is a man.
Yeah. So because he's a man, so we can have a full blown. Not saying that Elon Musk, but we can have a guy who is like full blown retarded.
I said if they're mentally challenged.
Socially retarded.
What does that mean?
Socially retarded, like being a fucking dumbass.
Explain, elaborate.
Let's say thinking Kamala Harris should have been the president.
I mean, I don't think anyone sitting at this table thinking Kamala should have been.
We'll see. I'm the first person you've met today, so we don't know.
I mean, anyone here think Harris should have been president? Okay, there you go, bro.
Then Sean should bring in new clients for you, man. Because
I'm good cooking you, man. Keep
You're
on
not
going,
cooking
bro.
shit.
This is entertaining.
You're not cooking anything. But my point is that the men that you're talking about, I think the majority of the people that the way masculinity is going is the exact problem that you identify with women's lib bullshit. I see it happening with men right now. They're betas.
Name some beta male men you're talking about. Okay, whatever. He's the 20-year-old kid. What else?
Okay, well, I don't know what other 20-year-old guys are famous right now for
exactly.
being so you said you presented him like some fucking high-level masculine example.
No, I didn't say that at all. What I said was he's on top of the food chain when it comes to influencers right now, and that's a fact.
So you don't think the fact that this guy's talking about like premature ejaculation, not being able to get hard, taking plastic surgery?
I don't agree with many of his takes, no.
Yeah, those are bitch characteristics. So why would I want a guy who presents himself as a bitch voting as a man either, under your worldview?
Well, here's the thing.
So we have to have a line.
So here's the problem. When it comes to men voting, there is an issue with them too. But it all goes back to feminism. Because a lot of these beta male bitches, as you call them, were raised by single mothers. So you see, this is how the cycle fucking repeats. You have a whore who fucking won't close her legs. She has a whole fucking bunch of kids. All these kids turned out to be beta males voting for that whore from San Francisco, fucking Kamala Harris. But it all goes back to feminism, my friend. That's where the root calls from. Again, can we both agree that is like one of the worst things you can do?
100%.
Okay. Once you look this up on AI, 85% of their in prison were raised by single mothers. So once you eliminate that single mother issue, which means eliminating these fucking whores from actually keeping their legs closed because they have the right to vote, they feel they can do whatever they want now. Once you get that problem under control, then you can start looking at the epidemic, the let's see, what is that?
Greenlight it, yeah.
Oh wow! AI actually agree with me.
That's
wow.
good. You're at 50% with your fucking numerology.
I didn't even do any numerology.
Well, you said 58% of the women are fucking 10% of the guys. I'm still waiting for the fucking AI on that one.
This is 85%, right?
It's most
I mean, so he's already lost the point on this one, so he wants to talk about numerology.
No,
you want to talk about numerology?
No, hold on.
Let's talk about numerology.
Hold on one moment. You said 58% of the women are fucking 10% of the guys.
Yes.
And we're still waiting for that to be proven. So that's 50%, 50-50.
I mean, at the end of the day, Women are okay if they're sharing a top 10% guy. Women are okay with that.
I don't think
they're not okay with fucking a loser because they will leave his ass.
I think that probably, let's just say 70%, we would probably agree on the social stuff. It sounds like, just from the way this conversation is going. I just don't understand why you think that women having the right to vote or not having the right to vote is going to actually fix anything. You're saying, like, I can vote, so now I'm going to go fuck 100 guys? That's the thought process?
No.
So women can't vote.
When it starts with voting, then it leads to jobs. Okay? So when women were actually staying at the house and raising the kids, then they were dependent on their man for money, which means they actually were good housewives, which actually means they're not going around to nightclubs getting drunk. They don't have their own money to do that. So back in the day, they would have to abide by certain rules. Now they make their own money. They don't give a fuck about morality. They don't give a fuck about raising kids anymore. They just want to be whores.
But how does that
and
have
that's
to do
the
with
problem.
voting? Where does voting, of the list of things that could be the causation of that, which would be environment, social acceptability, media, television, right, movies, and so on, why does voting go up on that list?
Because
that's not top 10 for me.
Voting is what led to the snowball fucking going down the hill, which is where we're at right now. You take away their right to vote, everything will fall back into place. That is the biggest evil. And since you brought up numerology, I mean, we might as well fucking bring it up. 19 is the number of bad health. It is no coincidence that it was called COVID-19, and it was no coincidence that the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote, because that's a fucking cancer. They even have the numerology in that one, my friend.
Should I actually respond to that? I mean, it was funny.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to.
We do have that prompt saved for later in terms of the numerology, so I would prefer to hold it.
Yeah, well,
but if you have a tie-in,
we're always tying stuff in.
We are tying it.
Chef Boyardee, we got a whole bunch of shit cooking here.
I'm more of like a gourmet chef,
Lamb chops and shit, but
a lamb chop. I prefer steak, Kobe.
Nice. My Texas beef.
Yeehaw. We'll just leave the pandemic alone, right? Are we allowed to talk about that yet?
Talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. So, women not being able to vote, women being able to vote. I would say that there's an equal amount of retarded men that shouldn't be able to vote as women.
And we already talked about that. It's a circular argument. I said a lot of those men were raised by single mothers.
But that doesn't, we can't have on the application name, citizenship.
Why not?
Was you raised by a single mother?
Why not?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense?
How are they going to check? We're going to have a whole department?
No, if I'm hiring someone, I'm going to ask if they know their daddy's name.
No, voting.
Especially if they're black.
No,
I'm going to ask if they know their daddy's name. I'm going to ask if they have a good relationship with their mother. I'm going to ask those type of questions because I want certain employees that are actually loyal. And this is free game to you guys out there. When you guys actually hire employees, you want to ask if they have a good relationship with their mom. You want to ask if they have a good relationship with their dad, because if they do, they tend to be more on the loyal side. If they start talking shit about their mom and dad, nah, you're probably not going to get hired, pimp, because I don't want you around.
Well, that's moving the goalpost. We were talking about voting, and you said hiring employees.
Well, you just moved it there.
So then I'll move it to, hey, guys out there, if you're going to marry a girl, make sure you meet her father, and he's a good man.
Make sure you know her body count, too.
They could lie on that, too, unless we've held an application.
I mean, listen, unfortunately, you can't really test that. But, I did do one thing different than most guys. I actually married a Muslim woman.
Okay.
And the reason I married a Muslim woman is because I wanted a woman who was a virgin. Because to me, that actually matters. There's so many rich guys in America. Like, you have billionaires, you have millionaires, you even have a trillionaire. But the one thing they don't have is a fucking good woman. If you go back 100... Hold on.
You're saying Jeff Bezos' wife is not a good woman?
Hold on. You go back to 150 years ago. 150 years ago, the poor guy working in the fucking some factory and shit like that, they went home to a virgin fucking wife. That means they were the only one fucking that bitch. Now you have fucking millionaires and billionaires ran through whores. You ask me, I'd rather be the poor guy in the 1800s than fucking Elon Musk. Because I want my shit brand fucking new.
What the fuck does
I don't want used cars.
Voting? It sounds like you have a good argument and they're like pointing out the problems.
Brother,
hey, by the way,
you're jumping from one thing to another. I'm answering your question.
Yeah, I'm going back to the whole point of the 19th
Yeah, and I already said women should not vote.
Shit.
Women should not vote.
So let me ask you a question. As far as
did you vote for Harris or Trump?
Bro, are you fucking
I'm asking
serious?
you a question.
Shut off this podcast.
Did you vote for Harris or Trump?
Bro, never Harris. Are you fucking kidding me?
Outstanding. So you're obviously more of a capitalist than a communist, correct?
That was a fucking troll. He knows goddamn
yes or no?
Huh?
I'm making clips here.
You know goddamn well I didn't vote for Harris.
Okay, so you're a capitalist and not a communist, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, most women voted for Kamala Harris.
So do most gay guys. So they
shouldn't vote either.
Okay,
no.
so at least we're getting somewhere.
There you go. No, they shouldn't vote either.
Gay guys shouldn't vote either.
Hell no, they shouldn't have any fucking rights.
Okay, so let me ask you. Okay,
so wait a second. I just explained to you why women shouldn't vote. They always vote communist. They always vote fucking socialist. Why do you want women voting for Kamala Harris?
Well,
why do you want women voting for the Democratic Party?
Why do we ask
Get rid of their votes, and we have nothing but Republicans.
Why should Kamala Harris even be allowed to run? Is the question.
Oh no, she should be allowed to run.
She should be allowed to run. How the fuck can someone run if they can't vote? You say
very simple. If a man decides he wants to vote for you, then he votes for you.
It's like a litmus test, and they get stoned to death, like biblically.
I mean, whatever you want to call it, but like for instance, Margaret Thatcher, she was probably a good woman.
She was running.
I think she was a good woman. What she did for
Margaret Thatcher was a bitch.
I mean, she got a lot of shit done from a conservative side. So, like, I believe women should run, but they shouldn't be able to vote.
I see Rolo's over here squirming in his seat, getting excited, wanting to jump in this seat. So
all right, brother, give us your last talking point. We're gonna get Rolo in here.
Well, I was just warming up to the point. So I was just rolling him in circles.
Damn, this takes a while with you.
No, I'm just letting you get, let you get roasting on it, and then like bring it back to one circle. Well, the whole question is like, okay, so women shouldn't vote.
Nope.
Gay men shouldn't vote.
I mean,
you just said
there's a lot of stuff I think gay men shouldn't do.
Okay, so
they shouldn't be around kids either.
Stick with the vote for a second.
They shouldn't be around kids either.
Because you're just trying to warm my heart up.
They shouldn't be around kids either. Flat out.
Agreed with.
Dude, by the way, is that a Christian cross?
No, bro.
Oh, okay, just wondering.
Harris, Christian cross. Anything else?
No, I mean, like a lot of people wear Christian crosses, but the same.
Is that real cobra skin on that cobra hat?
The same, probably not. But the same.
It's not. It's
this is real
vinyl.
Diamonds, though. But when it comes down to it, like. Damn, I'm over here trying to cook. You're interrupting, man. But when it comes down to kids in general, they shouldn't be around homosexuals either.
Okay. Are you familiar with moving the goalposts in a debate?
You've been moving them back and forth. So
I've been bringing it back to the actual subject of the amendment.
Bring up what you want about the 19th Amendment. I already told you why women shouldn't vote. They're too emotional.
Guys 2 more minutes to figure it out. And
Go ahead, talk.
Women, no vote, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Gay men, you said no vote, correct?
Transsexuals, too, if you want to add that to the list.
The whole LGBT
There you go. Yeah,
the whole thing.
Not LGBT, mentally ill people.
Okay.
I said in the very beginning, mentally ill people shouldn't vote.
Okay.
And yes, the rainbow definitely counts.
Throw it in there, right?
Yep. What else?
Okay. Who else? Any other groups? Foreigners, non-citizens, obviously, the basics, right?
I mean, Democrats think they should vote, but I don't.
Okay, so is there any other rights that we should take away from any groups of people under your worldview?
They shouldn't have any rights to be taken away in the first place.
They should have no rights.
They have no rights at all.
Which means?
The only thing they should have a right to do is to...
Be a slave?
No, I'm not saying be a slave, but like... They should have a right to earn a wage and work hard and make money. They should have a right to do that, but that's about it.
So they should be able to work?
Yes.
Okay, well then that defeats your whole argument because you said that the reason why women started.
I'm talking about homosexuals.
Oh, okay, well I was talking about the whole group of people.
No, women shouldn't vote or work. No.
Women shouldn't vote or work.
Nope.
They should just.
They should raise the kids.
Okay, what if they can't have kids?
60 seconds.
Damn, that's cooked. Absolutely cooked.
Execution.
Good. Hey, woman. No one's now. You said some stupid shit like that, not me.
What's the
purpose of it?
Let me make this clear, man. If you're a woman and you can't have kids, sorry, better luck next reincarnation.
All right, let's roll with that one. Thank you, Shaman. Let's go ahead and get Rolo in here. That was very well done.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Now, the last time me and Rolo did a podcast in 2023,
I was the moderator.
The last time me and him did a podcast in 2023, the clips got over 1 billion clips. Over 1 billion worth of clips. So me and this man are gonna cook. Rolo, I know you're not a feminist.
I'm not a feminist.
You're the guy who I give credit for starting the Red Pill movement. So you have my gratitude for that. But talk to me about the 19th Amendment, because I think these women shouldn't fucking do anything.
I'm not going to disagree with you. But obviously, I think that whenever I hear repealers talk about like, we got to repeal the 19th, you're starting to hear that rhetoric right now in the mainstream. Okay, so you'll hear it on CNN, you'll hear it on all this other. Everybody wants to talk about it, and it's the first talking point that you'll get out of like really outrageous, like normie, feminist women will like just lose their minds, and they will characterize the manosphere with repealers. Okay, so one of the things I've always said is this: is like, okay, I understand the sentiment behind repeal the 19th. Problem is how do you do it? Like how on earth are you ever going to do this? Because the people who are going to fight you are not going to be the women so much. It's going to be other guys that are going to fight you.
I love that you said that.
Okay,
I can answer that one.
So that's number one. Number two is if you're going to ask me personally, I think there's two ways you have to sort of approach limiting people's rights to vote. I don't think women should vote, but I also don't think that a lot of men should vote either. Okay,
homosexual.
No, I mean just general men in general. Simply because, and you've probably heard Myron Gaines say this. You probably heard Andrew Wilson has said this as well.
I'm his manager.
Well,
so,
yeah. Okay. So essentially, what it is it's having skin in the game, which used to be a representative form of democratic government. If you go back to Hellenic Greece, if you look how like the beginnings of democracy, it was the people who were landowners. It was people who owned farms, people who had some contribution to that society.
Yes.
They were allowed to vote. Okay, so that's number one. If there's any way to reform our like a democratic way of representation in government,
when that happened, Rolo,
having that, I was going to say
when that happened, Rolo, when it was just the landowners voting, there is no middle class. Everyone was poor.
True, but
now that we have a middle class, we have what you people were talking about. They have skin in the game, so they should actually vote.
So let's. Are you familiar? Well, okay. There's a science fiction writer. His name is Robert Heinlein. Okay, he wrote Starship Troopers, right?
Okay,
and he wrote that book to express his own political views at that time, particularly when it came to representative democracy. Okay, so if you've seen the movie, if you've read the book, to gain any kind of citizenship in that society, you had to be in the military, you had to be a police officer, you had to be a fireman, you had to have some kind of contribution to that society to enrich or to build that society up, have some sort of service to that society so that you could, at that point, you could participate
I'm with
in
it.
So that's what I'm saying is like, it's not so much about being, obviously you're not going to be a landowner or a farmer or something like that, but what can you contribute back to society that would earn you a right, like one vote?
If someone was in the military, they should count, correct? If someone's a police officer, someone's a fighter,
civil servant,
FBI agent, someone works in the sanitation, they should all have the right to vote, correct? I'm with it. I agree. I think that is the best way to move forward, but that is what you do after you repeal the 19th Amendment.
Right.
First, you got to take away the plan. You have to exactly. So I like the plan afterwards, and I'm with it. But we have to repeal the 19th Amendment, and the question becomes: how do we get women to actually give up their right to vote? That's what the question becomes. And obviously, I got the answer for that, too, because why would we be here if I didn't?
Of course.
So women hold about, what, 75% of the debt in this nation?
More than that. Well, 2/3. I just read this yesterday.
So it's anywhere from 70 to 80%,
debt,
right?
So student debt, I just read this recently. Women hold 2/3 of the United States student loan debt. And that comes out to $929 billion. You can look that up if you want. I know that I'm giving you the numbers.
A couple days and I'm wrong.
Yes.
So basically what you have to understand is, since women have this debt and we want to get rid of their vote, what me and you and the high earners who are men have to do is we have to cancel their debt. We have to put their debt on our back. As men, we have to get rid of their debt, and we basically make this offer to women. Dear women, do you have student loan debt? Do you have credit card debt? We as men, we're willing to get rid of it. But you have to get rid of your right to vote. I promise you. I promise you, they will line up and fucking all over the streets to give up their right to vote as long as their debt is canceled. And when their debt is canceled, then we can go into the society that you were talking about. If you're a firefighter, if you're in the military, then you have something in the economy. Now, I also think there should be a two-tier economy. Not everyone's good at capitalism. Plenty of people are losers. A lot of people want to be socialists. And now with AI coming, and a lot of people who are going to lose their jobs. And by the way, if you don't understand what's going on, AI is coming for your job, whether you're a doctor, taxi cab driver, or a pilot. AI is coming for your job. So let me finish. Go ahead. So having said that, the lower classes are going to need some sort of basic income. And we're going to have to tax the robots that are working in the manufacturing jobs. And that's how you have to pay them.
So now you're moving into the restructuring.
And then and then the capitalists, they will live outside the system where the government's not giving them anything, but they can still invest in the society. Okay. That's the way I think it should move forward.
Let's talk about the now, though. Okay, so because right now, whenever some normie
AI is now.
Well, yeah, of course, but like I'm just saying, when right now, the manosphere as a term is something that people I think is very misunderstood at this point, but it slips into
That's because you had all the grifters like Sneeko and all those guys who ripped you off, and then they try to fucking make this into their movement, and then they fucking bastardize that shit, and now they fucking disavow it. Brother, no one wanted you in the fucking movement in the first place, you fucking grifting Muslim homosexual.
All right, back to the point here. So what happens is when this topic comes up, they think that this is actually some sort of like part of a bigger ideology. But what they don't understand is the guys who are what I would refer to as repealers right now, it's really easy and it sounds really trendy and it's really fun for a 14-year-old boy to go, yeah, repeal the 19th. But the thing is when the riots are over, when the anarchy is over, when Antifa has done their thing, and you know in the aftermath of it, nobody has a plan afterwards. No one has a plan for after the riots. No one has a plan for after the revolution, and that's the whole thing I'm getting back to right now. And I like what you're talking about here as far as leaning towards something that looks like a plan after that, but I think you got to have that in place before you say, okay, we're going to repeal the 19th. Great. I like the debt forgiveness.
I think that's
definitely a prime motivator. I'm actually surprised that was actually
that actually might work.
The problem is this, and I've had this conversation with guys like George Gammon before. The problem is that student debt. The student debt, I believe, is about either 1.5 or 1.7 trillion dollars right now, and the government relies on that debt to borrow against that debt because that debt is actually a good thing for the government.
Scheme.
So
we know this.
When Biden wanted to give debt forgiveness to because that was one of his campaign promises that he never made good on until 2022 in the midterms, and it was essentially a stimmy check for women because women hold more student loan debt than men do. So it's basically a handout at that point. And it really didn't even take off all that much. But the reason why it didn't take off that much is because they couldn't give back too much of that money because they relied on that debt in the first place. So my question to you is, how do you get around them using that particular debt? Because they got to use that to borrow against that for foreign governments and all the other stuff that they're over leveraged.
I believe that two things. As long as the American petrodollar system is in place, we can have all the debt in the world. It doesn't really matter that much because all it is recycling those damn petrodollars. If you guys don't know what the petrodollar system is, you shouldn't even talk about politics. Flat the hell out. As long as that system's in place, I think we can keep going with this Ponzi scheme. But if you're saying, listen, it's no more kick the can down the road, we got to do something, I think at some point we're going to move into a digital dollar. And when that happens, that's when you start. That's when you start, handling that debt, or maybe canceling debt, or doing things of that nature. Because we need to restructure society, and we can't put this debt on our kids. We just can't do it. Because at this point, what are we, 30-some trillion in debt or something like that? And as long as the petrodollar system is moving, we're good. But I'm not too sure they did too many good things over there in Iran. or you destroy the Iranian military, you sink their goddamn navy, you have total military superiority, and you still can't win the war. And that just shows you the limits of American power.
It just shows you that they are unwilling or unable to win that.
Well,
war.
I mean, listen. You can win the war right now. Mm-hmm. You drop a small tactical nuke, it's over.
No.
It's absolutely over.
It was the same thing in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan
lasted so long because it was a testing ground for military hardware.
It was just like the Spanish Civil War is the same thing for World War II. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, listen, we can win this war in Iran very quickly. A small tactical nuke will take care of Iran the same way it took care of Japan in 1945. But they're unwilling to actually do what they need to do to actually win the war. See, I don't know about you guys in here, but I am privileged, not because I'm white, not because I'm Jewish. I understand a lot of you guys want to say I am because of that. I am privileged because I am American. And I want that same American privilege given to my kids and my grandkids. Just like I want all of you guys to have that same privilege if you're Americans. If you're not Americans, you're second-class citizens. No one gives a fuck. But if you're an American citizen, we have to fight for that number one spot. And the fact that this administration isn't willing to do it, and this is the best administration that I ever lived on under my life. Like Donald Trump, he's the best president I ever lived under. Is that saying he's a great president? That's a whole different conversation. But he's the best president I ever lived under. They will not do what they need to do to keep America number one. And yes, I would rather, I don't care how this sounds, I would rather be the guy who's bombing than being the guy in Gaza getting bombed on. Because when you're weak, that's what happens. You get bombed. You get exploited. But when you're strong, at least within the borders of that nation, you have a good life. Someone's always going to have that good life, guys. And it's either going to be us or the Chinese. So I suggest people get their fucking heads out their asses and start understanding this. We need to own the oil. We went in Venezuela. We snatched up that motherfucker in 45 minutes, Maduro. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. They messed up a little bit in Iran. They're going to have to fix that somehow. That's up to Trump to decide how to do that. But we need to control the oil. If we don't control the oil within 2 years, and I mean completely control the oil, we need something to back us when this whole AI economy destroys what we have going on right now. People don't understand. You're going to be without a job. It's coming for your jobs, and you guys are not preparing. My kid took my kid out of school this year.
Why?
What's the point? What are they going to teach him? LGBT, feminism, how to be a fucking beta male? That's what they're going to teach him? No. He's learning AI every freaking day. He's going to make clips of this very podcast. My own 13-year-old, the same people I was paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a couple years ago to make those clips. Now my own kid's gonna do that, and guess what? The quality is gonna be better too.
We're coming back to that though, because I know that's a topic later on.
And I actually I wanted to give you guys maybe just because we're kind of gearing in a different direction.
Let me see if I can wrap this up really quickly here though. So like everything that you're talking about, like I remember when people were saying, like the petrodollar thing and all that was going on when we first got into it with Iran. I remember a lot of people who had a real problem with it. It's basically the same rhetoric that you would hear anytime we have a military action anywhere. It doesn't matter whether it's minor or it's major, right? And I think that one of the reasons for that is, again, we can come back to sort of the gendering of how we should organize society. So a lot of people are going to watch this and they're going to say, you know what, why are these guys even discussing, denying women the right to vote?
Because we're better than them.
Well, no. Let's look at the differences here. Okay. So what happens? Like you could say that, right? You could say, okay, we're better. Okay, but perhaps but why are we better? Now here's why we're better. Because what men do is we organize society in hierarchies. Women organize societies in the round. So when you're looking at wealth distribution, redistribution, that's a female way of organizing society. One for you, one for you, one for you. Oh, Sally, you're pregnant. Two for you, one for you, one for you. Everybody gets something, right? It's the participation trophy way of organizing society and then scaling that up from communitarianism to socialism and communism and everything else because it seems like logic to the female way of organizing society. Men don't do it that way. We organize the guy who's at the top, right? It's a chain of command. It's the
Correct.
admiral, the general, the lieutenant, all the way down to the private, or the CEO, CFO, COO, down to the janitor, right? So we have this chain of command. That doesn't seem natural to women. But when you put women into positions of power, they try to force fit that government in the round as opposed to the government in a hierarchy. When we're dropping bombs on Iran, you better bet your ass that's the hierarchy that is dropping those bombs. It is not the collective. Because if we're all going to sit in a drum circle and say, should we bomb Iran today? That doesn't work when the urgency is right there. So women are always going to organize society and govern and enforce political power in a much different way than men are. And so my final point here is this, is that men and women are different, right? We're different biologically, we're different psychologically, we have gender dimorphism, so like you're bigger, the smaller, that kind of stuff. We're going to find different ways to organize society. Right now, really since about 1965-ish, right, when the hormonal birth control happened, you see all this cascade effect of the sexual revolution, the empowerment of women, Title IX, getting more women into the workplace, getting more women into college and everything. And so you have to go back to that and say, what happened then and where are we right now? Are we looking at a society that has been governed by women for women? Because you will hear women say, well, we just don't have the same representation in Congress. We don't have the same representation. It's always the apex fallacy. We don't have a Jeff Bezos. We don't have an Elon Musk. And it's like, yeah, you don't have that, but you have the middle of that pyramid just locked in, and all these other guys are down at the bottom. It's the apex fallacy, right? They only see the guys at the top. They don't see just the swaths of men down at the bottom who are just struggling to get along right now.
They don't give a fuck about those men.
And why don't they? Because they're in the round. They don't see things in hierarchies. So when you are, again, if we're going to restructure society, we're going to say, hey, look, once we repeal the 19th and we also repeal whatever it is that allows men to just vote offhand, you have to contribute something to society in order for you to vote. Once you do that, then you're on board. Myron Gaines will say this, and I agree with him. Men are automatically signed up for selective services, right? That right there is skin in the game. So if you're an 18-year-old male and you are right now you're forced into selective service, technically you're going to be expected to give your life for your country should shit hit the fan, right? Women are not expected to do that. So
only in Israel.
You could say this. You could
only
say,
in Israel,
but we're talking about the United States, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's only where the 19th Amendment is.
100%.
I should also point this out to you, just a quick aside, is that from a logistical perspective, the 19th Amendment is unconstitutional. And I'll tell you this, because the Constitution was meant to be a union of the states. The right to vote in every state, like male or female, should be distributed to each one of those states. That if you want to start somewhere, you repeal the 19th. If you want to start somewhere, start locally. All politics are local. So right now, you got to remember that the Constitution was meant to be sort of a framework so that the states could independently do whatever the fuck they wanted to. So you do something very similar to repealing Roe v. Wade, right? They didn't repeal Roe v. Wade; they kicked it back to the states.
That's
what you do is you repeal the 19th and you kick it back to the states. Women will lose their fucking minds, but that's the way it should be.
But what's going to happen is you're going to have liberal states that let women vote, and conservative states that won't, and all the women are going to flock to those states where they're allowed to vote, and you'll lose that vote there forever. I'm not sure that's the way to do it.
But see, that's the point, though. Okay, that's states' rights. If you don't like the way we do it in Nevada, go fucking somewhere else. Go to Utah, where you're in a better spot.
Listen,
to do that.
At the same time,
people in this state, we do it this way.
I want people say I'm living over here in Wyoming and this guy's in Colorado or in different states. If he's my next door neighbor, if he's doing crack cocaine all the time, listen, brother, that might be a different state. They have different laws, but that still might affect me. So no. These women do not need to vote any states whatsoever.
Okay, well, agreed. But the thing is that from a constitutional legal perspective, the 19th Amendment is unconstitutional because what does it do? It's not votes for women. It is, you cannot deny a person the right to vote based on gender. That's what it is. It didn't say women get to vote. It says if it was men, I couldn't, because you have a penis, I can't go and say you can't go and vote because of that, right? What it is it's you cannot abridge or you cannot limit a person's right to vote based on their, well, sex. They didn't call it gender back then, of course. But the thing is that that being a federal law is unconstitutional because the Constitution was meant to be the framework for the states in the first place. It's against states' rights.
I understand what you're saying, but I always, you know, when I have these conversations, I always think back about how brilliant our forefathers were. In 1861, they gave slaves the right to vote. These racist white people gave slaves the right to vote. People they considered 3/5 of a person, they gave them the right to vote. They did it 60 years before they gave their own white women the right to vote. So again, 1860s, black men were given the right to vote by racist white men. They didn't give their own women the rights until 60 years later. Even those racist white men fucking put people who they considered 3/5 of a person above their own women.
Last point here is good. When women come at you and they say, well, women didn't have the right to vote for a long time. Like, no, actually, no one had the right to vote right up until like about the mid 1800s, right? So the period of time, at least in the United States, and actually I should say worldwide, I've got this graph. Actually,
the serfdom is,
if you go back to like, say, I don't know, the 1400s or whatever, right? If you go back that far and then you come up to 1920 when women got the right to vote, there's a very, very short period of time where men could vote and women could not vote. So if you take that and anytime some woman says, well, you know, we couldn't vote for a long time, like not very, according to history, it wasn't all that long. So anyways,
hold on, Ro. And when they couldn't vote, we didn't have a national debt, did we?
Well,
there's no national debt before then.
The debt has gone up, but you got to remember that's also going off the gold standard.
100. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. No.
I'll let you go.
No. We got. I just want to bring one thing up. I'm the godfather of numerology. Okay, a lot of people don't know any other numerologists besides me. I think a lot of people would even agree to that. This is the guy who started the red pill movement. This is the guy. So me and him are both the fathers of certain movements. Since I started numerology and astrology and trying to make it make sense to people, I've noticed so many grifters start jumping on my bandwagon and start fucking trying to do what I do. They won't be able to, but it kind of bothers me. Rollo, brother, talk to me. You founded the Red Pill movement. These grifters literally took it from you. They literally took it from you. Obviously, you got Sartain to back you up now and everything. But how do you feel about these people who just jumped on your bandwagon and now try to fucking claim what you made fucking famous?
I think it depends on the person and their intent behind it, right? I've always said that the Red Pill has been open source. It's open source, okay? So what that means to me is that it's like open source code. If you can take that code and you can add something to it, add a feature to it, or build something new off of that source code, please go. Please go and do it.
Who's added?
But that's open source. Direct plagiarism is saying, I wrote this source code. That's what this is. So there's got to be a distinction between the people who are saying, I did this, and the people who are saying, this was here already, and now I've built upon that. So there's people that I like, for instance, like when I work with Michael Sartain isn't going to say, hey, I created the Red Pill, right? Or he's not going to like lift my material directly. There's other people who have done that, and the people will always say, well, Rollo, how come they're more successful than you are? Well, that's because they've learned how to game the system, and they gamed it very, very well, and they took it, and they've never really been about it. I've been doing what I do. I've been writing books. I've been in this space before it was a space. I mark my point in this area in what would then be called the manosphere from 2002 all the way up to 2026 right now. So I've been doing it that fucking long. And so when I hear people talk about like Andrew Tate or Pearl Davis or any of these, let's say, if you think that the manosphere or the Red Pill begins and ends with Andrew Tate like they do in the UK right now, you think it started a half an hour ago, you think it started after the Me Too movement, man, I've got about another like 15, 20 years of material I can show you to just show you that this is just a trend. This is just a fad for you, and you're going to move on and pivot to something else sooner or later. So there's the people who are about it, and you just kind of have to separate the wheat from the chaff, but that's really hard to do, especially with AI coming and everybody's pushing and pumping stuff out. You get somebody like Clavicular who's got 1,610 retweeters, whatever. They're playing it over and over and over again.
That comes with Eddie giving you $2 million a month for clipping.
So why is he more successful than you? Because I don't have kick and that kind of money behind me pushing what I've been talking about for 26 years now. So really, that's what it's about. But I said this on Dr. Phil even. Dr. Phil wanted Andrew Tate on that show. When I did the Dr. Phil show in 2022, I was the Andrew Tate understudy. They hit me up twice to see if they could get him because they knew that I knew Andrew, right? And I'm like, he's not going to do it because he converted to Islam. He did this. He just couldn't set foot in the United States at that time. But so I went on there, and the first thing they did was attack me for Andrew Tate's rhetoric. And I said, stop. I said, I am not an Andrew Tate apologist. I am not here to represent him. His work is a derivative of my stuff. He's basically taken my shit, put his own spin on it, and now you're throwing it back here. And I'm like, if you want to talk about points, individual things, if you want to talk about concepts, if you want to talk about the praxeology of the red pill, I am here, and I will debate your ass all fucking day about that. But if you want to come here and say, well, you guys think that women should be property, that's like your opinion, man.
Okay, last question before you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I consider myself red pill, but I'm married.
Sure.
I've been married for 23 years.
Well done.
I'm not doing that fucking, go around looking for horror shit. I'm very fucking happy with my wife, and that's how it works. You're the grandfather, godfather of the red pill.
Is not a grandfather yet? I'm not a grandfather yet.
You will be someday.
I might be soon.
You will be someday.
Don't get me there too quick. Yeah, I'm not there too quick.
You will be someday, but my question is to you.
Yeah, don't let Nick Fuentes tell you I'm a grandfather. I'm not fucking grandfather.
Nick Fuentes is a homo, whatever.
Oh my God.
When it comes, listen, I'm not going to have a man who says fucking having a wife is gay as going to be the guy who represents this shit. But here's my question to you. Like I said, I'm married 23 years. I don't fuck around. Don't do anything like that. I consider myself red pill. Is that the right way to live the red pill movement according to you and get married? Because I see a lot of red pill guys say, don't get married.
So here's the thing is the mistake that you're making is you're thinking that the red pill is a prescription. It's not. It's praxeology. What it is to think of the red pill as a database. It's information. Okay? So whenever somebody gives me this question, they will say, do you think that it's red pill to be married? Do you think it's red pill to be single? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Those are best practices. Okay, so if you have this database which is ever growing and ever changing, it's evolutionary psychology, evolutionary biology, anthropology, sociology, neurology, endocrinology, add all the ologies you can that have something to do with intersexual dynamics. That's the fucking red pill. It is not a movement. It is not a religion. It is not a belief set. It is not a philosophy. It is not ideology, whatever you want to call it. Because the only reason they say that is because it's easier to fight. Because they don't like the information that's in there. But when you look at the pickup artists, when you look at the tradcons, they'll use parts of the red pill, MGTOWs, MRAs, any of the people who are like sort of a movement of some sorts, they're using information that is in the database of the red pill. And so the MGTOWs say, you know what? The juice isn't worth the squeeze. We're not going to try anymore. Fuck it. We're out, right? That's the best practice. The pickup artists go, you know what? We got all this great fucking information on how to get our dicks wet. All right. That's their best practice. We're going to go and find ways to approach, cold approach, direct approach, social circle game, whatever else. That's a best practice using what? The database of the red pill, right? So you asked me this, is that the red pill way to do it? No, that's the Garry way to do it, because you have all this information. You say, you know what? I got this information. I think this is how I want. It's a lifestyle choice is what it is. This is what I want to do. I will have been married 30 years on July 20th. So am I red pill or am I not red pill? Because I've been married that long and I have a daughter and she's married too. Right. I would say, am I going against the red pill? No, I'm going against your best practices. I'm not going against the red pill.
Right. Well, you founded the movement. I would say the way you live your life can be what the movement's based off. We can make that conclusion.
A movement can be based off of red pill awareness, but the red pill itself is not a movement. Okay, tradcons will they'll pick and pull the parts that they like out of the red pill, and they'll ignore the rest. PUAs, pick and pull. MRAs, incels. I know plenty of incels, and that's why they're incels, because they have the red pill and they go, "Oh my God, I'll never do it."
Right.
You know, they're nihilistic and they're despondent because of what they learned in the red pill, right? So, what is their best practice? Sit at home, jerk off, play League of Legends, and eat pizza and I don't know, whatever, smoke a lot of weed.
Right. What Roll is referring to is descriptors versus prescriptors.
No, I get it. I get it.
So what you're doing is red pill according to you.
Okay.
You're taking that information and then you're making.
According to me, I'm a multi-millionaire. According to me, I'm the Michael Jordan of my space. Get a fucking virgin and live the red pill life the way I do it, or the way Rolo does it. All right, brother.
This is
And by the way, that's about the most respectful I'll probably be to a guest today.
That was good.
Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd love to hear it. I read every single comment. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Rambo, you're going to kick us off with AI will destroy the economy. We're going to continue from there. Go
Rambo,
on.
like
right.
Sylvester Stallone?
Like the movie star, my guy.
Okay, you're out
Yeah.
here fucking cutting people, huh?
I plead the fifth.
When you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, before we get started, you vaccinated, pimp?
I am.
So you fell for the government propaganda.
No, I needed it to travel because I'm a musician.
Why didn't you fake your papers?
That's a good point. But
Okay,
All right.
I mean, next point, I guess.
All right, ding.
Let's go.
One for Gary. It's not that I'm concerned so much that they're going to take all these jobs away. It's the fact that like we have bigger issues where it's oil, declining birth rates, and like just the fact that like
Yeah, these white whores don't have white babies anymore. That's
so
a big
you're
problem.
saying like we're not going to be able to eat anymore. So if they're not having kids anymore, if families, the population's not growing, it's shrinking. So if at the
it's
same
shrinking
time,
for white people, and it ain't shrinking for black people, it ain't shrinking for Latinos, it ain't shrinking for Muslims.
because we keep letting them in.
Well, I'm not. Well, now you're shifting.
You know?
Oh boy, well, you want
Well,
to
I'm
talk about
saying
immigration?
that's what I'm
now?
saying. There's like all these other aspects that are more detrimental than AI itself.
Well, I mean, AI is going to destroy the whole economy. So, like, when it comes down to it, yes, what you're talking about is an issue. But if there's no economy, no one really gives a fuck about the other shit.
I mean,
You need an economy, bro. It's like George W. Bush said. It's about the jobs, stupid. It's about the jobs. That's what they care about, the jobs. And the economy and jobs go hand in hand like this. Listen, brother, it looks like we agreeing on a lot, okay?
Right.
I think that the only immigrants that should come into America to work are Mexicans or like Cubans. Keep them to this hemisphere. We don't, because when they come in here, I'm not a Christian myself. But the Mexicans come in; they're mostly Christians.
Yeah, we have nuclear families.
So yeah, exactly.
know?
So you're not going to like destroy the culture of America if you let Mexicans and Cubans, because they're mainly Christian. But you start letting these other third worlders in here. Now you start having issues because they won't assimilate to this culture. And the biggest issue when it comes to birth rates, and again, is the Muslims. I'm going to make this abundantly clear with the Muslims. I agree with a lot with Islam. Sharia law is something I would implement. No one should be drinking alcohol. No one should be eating pork. Women need to cover the fuck up. But they come in here and they're going to enforce their will, and they're going to make you pay a jizya tax. They're going to start coming in here making you pray to their God. I'm sorry. Only people who get on their knees are people praying and homosexuals. I ain't doing neither. It's just not happening. Okay? So let me make this clear to you. Yeah. Islam is a clear and present danger because of their birth rates. That's why. Lebanon in 1949, 1948 was about 70% Christian. And then when the Jews went into Palestine and turned into Israel, all those Muslim refugees flooded into Lebanon. And now, because those good Christians, those turn the other cheek Christians, let them in, now Lebanon is a shithole, in civil fucking war constantly, getting bombed constantly because they let the Muslims in and the Muslims don't assimilate. So again, I have no issue with the Islamic culture. I do have an issue with them coming in, not assimilating, and then basically trying to turn this into another third world shithole.
Right. So if we keep everyone out, wouldn't you say that we need more productivity to keep going forward and keep the economy going?
The one good thing about AI, and I'll give it to him, is when these robots come. I'm not talking about like agents on, but when these robots come. Right. We're not going to need these illegals anymore. So that's the one good thing about AI. It's going to stop this immigration fucking crisis that's happening all over the world. It's not just here in America. The Russians are fucking bitching about the Uzbekistanis. The fucking Syrians are fucking bitching about the fucking people from Lebanon. And everyone in the world is bitching about immigration. This is nothing new. This is not just an American problem. The difference is we are the richest country in human history. We don't need them here. We have our own poor people to take care of. Now, this guy over here didn't give a fuck about poor people. I kind of still do. Maybe that's a flaw. We'll find out. But, I don't want people fucking eating out of trash cans unless they're my enemies. There's quite a few of those. Okay, I'm getting off subject. But we can dictate to the world what we want. And it's because of weak leadership in this country that we actually have an immigration country. First of all, why are we allowing Muslim women to come in here and have 4, 5, 6 babies? Why are we allowing this? They're going to change the demographics of this country. And again, I'm no fan of Israel either. Why are we giving Israel $6-7 billion fucking dollars? Why? For what reason?
We shouldn't.
Cut it all off.
Yeah.
All the foreign aid. Israel doesn't want to listen to President Bush. Netanyahu got some big balls. He wants to bomb the whole fucking world. Do it your fucking self.
Rambo,
do it your fucking self.
Rambo, let's tie this up in a pretty bow in 2 minutes. Let's see what you got.
Well, another thing too is I don't really think AI is gonna grow a conscience. I think it's going to self-implode the way it's going right now because of all the AI slop that's coming out. It gets a lot of errors wrong. Right now, we're living in a social media world where almost all content is AI generated or basically assisted by AI. So there's a lot of errors that are going out into the internet, and it basically feeds itself. So now it's like in a loop where it starts to hallucinate. And I don't think
AI hallucinates?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It gets a lot of answers wrong.
Well, I know that by, the people doing numerology on it. I know that it gets it wrong.
Exactly.
But listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I didn't know AI hallucinates. That's something new.
That's what they call it. When it tells you, you should probably eat a rock in a sandwich, it would taste really good.
Eat a rock?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought rocks were just for whores.
Oh my God.
Whoa. What? Make stones great again. What the fuck are we talking about here, man? Listen.
It'll give you stupid answers like that.
I said that I don't want the Muslims here, but hell, I respect their goddamn religion in the Middle East. They know how to keep their women in line. You don't have no goddamn fucking feminism over there. As a matter of fact, I remember in 2015 when the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, someone I have a great deal of respect for because Saudi Arabia is the real leader in the Middle East, not Israel, it's Saudi Arabia. But when he gave women the right to, drive in 2015, that was like, it's starting over there too.
We got bigger issues, I'm saying.
What you talking about? We got bigger issues, man. How many times have you had a woman hit you?
They don't hit me.
Bro. Women, see how many accidents are caused by women compared to men?
Oh, you mean
AI of that? Do an AI. That shit affects all of us.
Just make it claim it. It'll say.
Yeah. Okay.
Say it.
You know what I have a problem with Uber and Lyft. For some reason, if you're a woman, you can request just a woman to drive you. But if you're a man, you can't request just a man to drive you. Listen, we got issues because women are the ones who cause the majority of the accidents. I don't feel safe with a female driver. I'm not asking Uber. I'm demanding you motherfuckers give me the option to fucking have a male driver. You know how many times I've been driving an Uber and I had a female and I canceled it? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Wrap it up in a pretty 60-second bow.
All right. Well, I don't know. I just think that we should keep AI going, but I don't think it's going to be as detrimental as people say.
Like till it comes for you.
The layoffs that's happening.
What do you do?
I'm a musician.
All right. So at what point will AI start making better music than you?
Suno.
We don't even make good money on music. We make money in performances.
Someone does.
We make more money in doing performances,
Okay.
going on tour. That's where you make real money. All those plays on Spotify, they're all fake anyways.
They're all fake?
Yeah.
Spotify don't pay real money?
Barely.
So go in that camera. You telling me Spotify don't make any money for you?
Not enough.
Wow, man. So Spotify is a scam, huh?
It's all right.
It's all right. You don't want to go there.
I use YouTube Music.
Hey, you know what? I got big balls because I can say, fuck Elon Musk. He can suspend my goddamn account. I don't care. I still got IG. I still got YouTube. I still got TikTok. And your bitch ass can't touch me there. Yeah, fuck Elon Musk.
Okay.
You know, he suspended me 28 times. The last suspension I got 3 days ago, he sent me the thing for the reason I got suspended. Sean, they suspended me for impersonating myself. and you know what the funny thing is? He suspended me the same day he became a trillionaire. Yo, man, fuck you. Short SpaceX. Make Elon Musk a billionaire again.
Oh, my God. All right, Rambo, shake hands with Gary.
Cool.
That was well done.
Wrap it up, brother.
Let's go.
Thanks for staying all the way to the end, guys. It means a lot to me. If you could please leave a review on Apple, that helps us climb the charts. It helps us get way more guests, and it helps us continue growing the podcast and the team. So it would mean a lot to me if you left a review on Apple or wherever else you're listening. Thanks so much.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? Andrew, you vaccinated?
No, sir.
Okay, so you trusted God and not the vaccine.
Yes.
Okay, outstanding.
Okay.
What's on your mind?
So I want to talk first about this AI prompt.
Talk to me.
It does seem like they over-evaluated their companies so that they could go public and get trillion-dollar valuations. That's what the CEOs are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we see already with jobs like coders, we could fact check how many were fired, but they're starting to hire them back by the thousands. So AI is not doing the jobs as efficiently as the humans were.
Not yet.
Not yet. Right. So my anecdotal experience with AI is that it sucks. Like it can't even read an image properly and edit it. I'll be like, remove the line. It can't even remove the line.
What kind of work do you do?
Right now, I'm doing content full time.
Okay, so me and you're in the same game then.
Yes.
As I said before, I got in the game in 2023. I was spending 20,000 on Clippers, got all the way up to 40, 50,000 last year. Now it's down to less than 10K, and I'm putting out 3 times as much content. Why? Because now AI has got to the point where if it's not better, it's right at par. And why would I pay someone $5,000, $6,000 when Claude can do it for $200 plus a couple of hundred extra for someone to get it done? So again, what I see is this AI is constantly getting better. At the beginning of the year, none of my content was AIs. It was trash. But in the past couple months, it's caught up to the point where I can let go of my Clippers. I feel confident enough to let go of my Clippers, and I've been in this game for a while. 3 years is a long time, and not to fall off, that is a long time. I got about 13, 14 billion views. Those aren't Andrew Tate numbers, but they're up there. I've been on your show more than anyone else, right, Sean? Again, we're talking about the 13, 14 time here. And I'm telling you, this is my bread and butter. AI has caught up to my Clippers. Now, here something you said was really, really profound, though. You said that the S&P 500, I'm assuming, is just overblown.
It's the CEO's job.
It's
to
a
sell
CEO's
his
job.
product.
Okay, so let's talk about next year and what I think is going to happen, because I do think there is a big, big problem with 50% of the S&P 500 being AI stocks. It's oversaturated. That's a fat fucking cow. So what's going on here is you have Apple, all the AI companies, Anthropic, OpenAI. They're just generating massive amounts of potential profit, but it's not there yet. Here's the problem. China can use that as the Achilles heel and destroy our economy. Why? The Chinese models are free. So when people start losing their jobs and they have to decide between a $200 Claude or a free Chinese model, and if you don't have money, you're going to take the Chinese model. And what that's going to do is that's going to put pressure on all the American AI companies that aren't going to be making money, and that's going to be the first crack in the S&P 500. The Chinese know what they're doing. They're going to flood the American market with cheap AIs to basically try to bankrupt the American capitalist model. And President Trump and to members of Congress, you have to ban the Chinese AI models completely from the American economy. You have to do it completely from Western. The Europeans have to do it. The Australians have to do it. Everyone has to do it, because if you don't, they're going to crack your fucking economies, your fucking inflated AI economies with their cheap Chinese models, and that's exactly what they're planning on doing.
But it's not going to work efficiently, is my point. So it may work for a little while. You bring up Claude a few times. I'm guessing you use Claude. I don't know if you're familiar. The CEO of Claude just admitted, I had it on my show, and I have it clipped. I can show you after.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The bomb in Iran, that bomb in Iran, those targets were sourced by Claude, and they bombed that girls' school. So how many? It's not working. That's what I'm saying. From my own,
it's not working as well as it should, but it's working a lot better than it did 3 months ago and 6 months ago, because AI is going like this. There's not going to be a day when AI gets worse. Those days are over. It's just going to get better and better. No. And at some point, it's going to get to the point where it's going to replace humans. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk, but he was telling the truth. In 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we're going to go to a doctor performing a surgery? What do you want to go to a human for? His hand shakes, all this other shit. Who knows? He's doing crack cocaine on the weekends. A computer, precise.
Certain professions, sure, it's going to be beneficial to use AI in a computer, but it's not going to take over and destroy our whole economy. I think that this was just the AI companies pumping this up. And it seems like
I don't think they would be pumping it up. That's people like me pumping this up. AI economies the AI companies don't actually want you thinking like this, because it's negative to their fucking performance outlook.
But it's not negative to their investors, which is what they care about. They want to show that they're going to be the only thing that matters to make money. It seems like you're buying that narrative, hook, line,
no, I'm looking at
know
it.
About the hallucinations that the other guy mentioned. That's a real thing. AI hallucination is a term.
No,
used
it'll be fixed.
They do that.
It'll be fixed.
And it's just. What you should be doing, I'll ask you this. Do you use Claude to track the statistical accuracy of your predictions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do you know what the number is that you're predicting at currently?
Well, if it's based off NBA Finals, even though I took a loss in the last one,
total.
It's 22-5 in the NBA Finals. I won the last 6 Super Bowls in a row. One of the major predictions I did on this show, the first time I was on it, was I told people to invest in a coin called Zcash. And Zcash at that point was 2023. It was like 22 to 28. It went all the way up to 750. So based off my numerology predictions, if people would have listened to me on Sean's show for the past 3 years, they would have made a lot of money on Zcash.
Sure, but I'm sure you make thousands of predictions a year. Some
I'm
of
not
them
thousands
are
a year. That's about 3 a day.
In prepping for this very debate, I watched your debates with Andrew Wilson.
Okay.
You made a prediction about Elon, and this was about 14 months ago, that he would have the worst year of his life.
He did in the
you
beginning.
could not possibly have been more
No.
He just became the world's first trillionaire. This is about, let me finish my question. This is about 14 months ago. You even stressed in your final statement of that debate, in your closing, how important it was to look at these cultural leaders, these public figures, as proof of numerology.
100%.
So you say the guy's going to openly have the worst year of his life. He then becomes the first trillionaire ever.
That was 2025. We're in 2026 when he became a trillionaire. I made those predictions in 2025. Wait. Let me finish. In the very beginning of 2025, Tesla got fucking annihilated in the stock market, and President Trump threw him out the administration. At that point, that was a very correct prediction. So he did have a lot more turbulence in his enemy year in 2025.
That wasn't the prediction.
No, it was the
Turbulence
prediction.
was not the prediction. The prediction was worst year of his life.
Did he have a bad year? Did he have a bad year when Donald Trump threw him out the administration? When Donald Trump threw him out the administration. And I believe I made that prediction on this show that I said Donald Trump would throw Musk out the administration, and it happened.
Right, so you're 50-50.
How is that 50-50?
But someone who makes educated guesses could be more than 50-50. How is numerology?
Okay. So let's talk about
the sports bettors are way better than 50-50. So you're not even as good as them.
I've made millions of dollars sports betting. Where are your receipts?
Yeah, but even if that's true, if what you're saying works, you should be able to.
So I have to be 100% for numerology to work. That's what you're telling me? Everyone else can be 50, 60. I have to be 100?
You should be beating them, or what's the
I'm
point
beating
of
everybody. I'm beating everybody.
Your predictions are coming in at 50%. That's why I'm asking you.
I've won the last 6 Super Bowls this decade. I'm 22. I'm 20. I'm talking about
one at a time because we're starting to roll over.
Let's
each
talk
other.
about the biggest sporting events in this decade.
Go ahead.
Or a century, whatever you want to call it. I'm 22-5 in the NBA Finals. I'm 6-0 in the past 6 Super Bowls. I'm winning hockey, the Stanley Cup, at a 75% rate. I'm not perfect. I'm just better than everybody else. Period.
Sports betting, you have a 50-50 chance of winning anyway.
And if I'm doing it 75% of the time.
Prediction. Anybody can make lots of predictions and
Okay.
point to the ones you got right.
Okay.
I'm pointing to the ones that the massive ones. This isn't even a small one. When I heard that prediction that you made with Elon, I said, holy shit.
I did say Trump would win. I did say Trump would win. I did say the election would be stolen from Trump in 2020. I did say he would beat Clinton in 2016. Those are all correct predictions.
What I'm saying is that with Claude and technologies like this, we should be able to put all your predictions into AI and see statistically, you should be able to make a numerology fidelity account that grows at 10% or 12%. I'm not saying it has to be 100%, but you should know the percentage of which, if I invest in you, you say the elites use it.
Is Rob still here? See,
you say the elites use this, they would want to know what the data is. So what is the return on my investment? If I give you 20 grand, what is the percentage of which my money grows based on numerology?
Let's talk about the elite actually using this.
Sure.
Let's talk about a guy I despise, Elon Musk. Okay?
Well, of course.
How long have I been saying 28 is the number of wealth?
I'm assuming a long time.
You said you watched my videos.
I said I watched 2 of your videos to prep for this debate. I watched 2 of your debates to prep for this.
Goddamn, got 200, only 2?
I watched 2.
You gotta put in more work.
Well,
so
that's all I needed. I just needed that Elon clip.
Have you guys watched my content for a while?
No, not for a while.
Anyone? Okay. Come over here for a sec. How long have I been saying 28 is the number of wealth?
Forever.
Basically.
I'm sure.
So I've been saying that for about 2 decades now, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not disputing that.
What are the chances that I say 28 is the number of wealth? I make this claim when Bill Gates is the richest man in the world, born on the 28th, and now we have the first trillionaire on the planet, and he's born on the 28th. Not only that, Elon Musk had his first child born on had his last child born on the 28th last year, and I've also made the statement that if you have kids born on the 28th, it increases your wealth. How do I know this? Because Vladimir Putin had his first child born on the 28th. I also said money comes to you when you do things on the 28th. When did Elon sell X to his AI company?
On the 28th?
Yes, he did on the 28th. So now what we have here, hold on. Now what we have here is the richest man on paper in the world who's doing things based under 28 energy. He's born on the 28th, and he also became the world's richest man who's a trillionaire, the first one, and he's born on the 28th. I arrest my fucking case.
No. There's no case to rest because, again, if you make a ton of different claims, some about the year, he's going to have the worst year ever, some about the 28, some about
So if I'm right about him 90% of the time, that's garbage?
But you're not.
I am.
You're not. You were wrong about
You made one thing I said I was wrong about.
One. It was
everything else
one.
I did was
you said
big.
He's gonna have the worst year ever.
He did have a bad year.
He did have possibly be more.
Whoa. I said he would be a trillionaire in 2025?
No, you said he was going to have the worst year ever.
And he did have a bad year in 2025.
In that year, he was becoming the world's first trillionaire.
In 2026.
Yeah, but
it's not his enemy year anymore.
It grows over
it's
time.
not his enemy year anymore.
No, what you're saying makes no sense.
SpaceX.
No.
SpaceX was founded in 2002, year of the horse.
That's not how compounding works.
He opens the IPO for SpaceX in 2026, the year of the horse. He's obviously following this information. Maybe this goes above your head. Maybe you don't want to look into it too much. That's fine, because you're a Christian, and this goes against your Christian beliefs, right? Let's keep it real. This is against your Christian beliefs, and that's what.
It's just not real. You should be able to show the rate at which you can grow funds, and if that's the case, then we should be able to repeat it over and over with some statistic variability. There should be some.
I'm worth millions. What are you worth?
I'm saying.
What are you worth?
Return on investment.
What are you worth, sir?
It's not. I don't practice numerology.
Obviously, because you're poor.
I'm not poor.
How much do you make a year?
That's a really.
How much money do you make a year?
I'm not going to enforce it if you don't want to say.
No, he's talking all this shit. Let's go.
Dude, I'm basically retired, to be honest.
Okay, so are you a millionaire?
I have a
Are
house
you
in
at least
Long
a
Island
millionaire?
that's worth $1 million.
Are you at least a millionaire?
Dude, if you're counting property, then yes.
Okay, so you've made that you made that money doing what? Sales. Okay. What is your birthday?
1/18/86.
1/18/86. So we have a 7-life path. Are you a loner at heart?
Yes.
Okay. Do you consider yourself an intellectual?
Obviously, you talked to me for a few minutes here. You know that.
I don't think you are, but I'm asking you if you consider you're intellectual.
Yeah. I consider myself.
Do you have a strong dislike for stupid people?
Again, these are vague.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
But what is your point?
Because that's what 7 life paths are.
But only
they keep to themselves. They keep to themselves.
All of them?
Yeah, a whole bunch of them keep to themselves.
But what about the ones that don't?
Well, if you have something like an 80% that keep to themselves.
What is that percentage? That's what I'm asking.
It's about 80. Well, I mean,
about
listen,
80?
I was about 80, 85%.
Are you just making it up?
No, that's what I've seen.
About 80
okay, so
that's what I'm saying. Let's put this all in Claude. After 1 year, let's look at all your predictions. All of them.
And let's wrap this up in 2 minutes.
I think that's a good litmus test. We can come back here in 1 year.
How about that? You want to put money on it? Because that's the only way I operate.
What percentage are we going to say that you're going to be correct at?
I'm always at 70%.
We could talk about a bet after this to make sure that we have the terms right. I'm willing to make a bet if we have the terms correct.
Okay, bring the money out or I want to talk. Okay, so here's what it comes down to. This is the year of the horse. The horse's enemy is the rat. So people who are born in 1996, 1984, 1972, most of them will have off years. There's one guy who's having a good enemy year. His name is Jalen Brunson. He just won a title with the New York Knicks. But hold on, before you shake your goddamn head, for every Jalen Brunson, there's an Israel that was founded in 1948 that's fucking being threatened by the United States of America, that's being bombed the shit out of them. And I said on this show last year that Israel would have the most difficult year in its existence this goddamn century, and that's exactly what's happening.
It's unquantifiable.
What are you talking about?
What is the most difficult? How do you quantify
an American president?
How do you prove
an American president just threatened to bomb Israel? That never happened before. Are you out your mind?
No, I'm not making a claim about Israel. I'm saying that
I know it doesn't fit your narrative. It doesn't fit your narrative.
Whether or not it is or isn't.
Here's what I think Andrew's asking is how are you putting a metric on it, right? When do you get to determine whether you said the claim Israel will have the worst year, right?
Okay.
What determines that? And are there
you look at the
that
people who are born in that year, and we start looking at how they're going through life right now. For every Jalen Brunson, there's another Donovan Mitchell who didn't do anything this year. For every Jalen Brunson, there's a Jaylen Brown who's born in a rat year who didn't do anything. For every Jalen Brunson, there's a guy like Brandon Clark who's born in 1996, played for the Memphis Grizzlies, and he died this year. There's another guy named Trey Keith. He died a couple days ago. He's a Grammy Award winner. He's born in 1996. A majority of people born in enemy years will suffer this year, and this guy wants to say, oh, there's one example, and it invalidates everything, because to me, to these Christians, I have to be perfect.
I'm saying everybody suffers every year,
you
make predictions that you can just use to say, hey,
I'm having a great year. I'm having a great year.
You tried to spin it and say, well, in the beginning of the year, he kind of had this thing that didn't go well, so I was right. And that's an example of what I'm saying, that you make these predictions that
he got thrown out of the Trump administration. You don't think that's a big deal? You don't think that's a big deal?
His worst year ever.
You don't think that's a big deal? He spent $80 million investing on Trump, and then he threw his ass out? You don't think that's a big deal?
You're moving the goalpost. Literally,
I love this so much.
The prediction was worst year ever. You tried to go back to the beginning of the year, spin something that wasn't that great for him, and say that prediction was correct.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, let's after you say your thing, I'm going to let Andrew do.
He doesn't like it because he knows I'm right.
Hold on.
I'll tell you what. This is the only thing that talks. This right here. That's the only thing that talks. So this is what we're going to do. If you really believe what you believe, my man over there, Sean, will set it up in a heartbeat. Put $100,000 on the line. He'll take 20 random people. I'll be blindfolded. I will read them, and they will tell me if I was accurate or not. And the winner gets. Oh, so if someone else
what I'm saying is put all your predictions.
Where's your money?
Claude. You love
put
AI.
Your money on it.
All your
put your money on it.
Prediction you make for
put
the
your
year
money on
into Claude, and let's see the percentage of all of them. That's how statistics work.
All right,
that's
gentlemen.
how statistics work.
You know any billionaires? You know any billionaires? You know any billionaires? I do. Billionaires consult. The billionaires consult with me.
You know how
Who the hell are you?
Garry, Andrew. Let's go ahead and put a pin in this one.
Sure.
I want to see you guys rumble maybe on another round.
Yeah,
of this,
put some money on it.
Okay, outstanding. All of your predictions.
I apologize for interrupting.
You say numerology
again,
doesn't work.
But I'm going to keep
best way to prove that
until
shit
somebody
is to
stops
read people like a book.
I'm here for a job for a reason, so thank you. Let's put a pin in this one, gentlemen, and let's go ahead and switch out. Let's get Pedro up here to continue on the numerology topic. And the two of you, I think, need to have a bigger conversation with Sean for further.
Let me make this clear to the camera. If anyone thinks this is fraudulent, if anyone thinks this is bullshit, offer stands to anybody. Any grifter who thinks they're better at me in numerology, any Christian Muslim who thinks this is nonsense, put your money where your fucking mouth is. Sean will set this up in a heartbeat. I will be blindfolded. I'll have a couple of bodyguards. Come over here. Come over here for a second. I'm going to have because if I'm going to be blindfolded, I don't trust any of you fuckers. Okay? So I'm going to have this guy right here standing behind me just in case you motherfuckers try to fucking press me. He'll be right behind me trying to take it. Get down a little bit. Put the camera. There you go. He's a big motherfucker. He'll fuck you up. I appreciate it, man. I told you I'd get you a cameo. So here's what's going to happen. Put your money where your mouth is. I will willing to be blindfolded, and I will read 20 people like a book. If they say I'm right, you pay me. If they say I'm wrong, I pay you. As a matter of fact, you guys can put up 100,000. I'll put up 200,000. Let's make it happen. Chump change. Chump fucking change. See, no one will accept that. They're talking about statistical analysis, this and that. Put your fucking money where your mouth is, or shut the fuck up.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps us grow the show and helps us get bigger guests. Thank you so much.
Howdy.
All right, brother. What's your name?
Justin Admiral Gibbs.
Justin, are you vaccinated, sir?
I mean, I'm sure I got vaccinated when I was a child by something.
Did you get vaccinated by COVID-19?
Hell nah, bro.
Okay, so see, I ask people that because I want to know where you're at. Because if you got fooled by the biggest psyop in world history, then you're a complete fucking dumbass, and I know how to talk to you. But now I got some respect. We'll see where that leads to.
I mean, it also helps that my nose has been smashed in so many times I can't breathe, so I wouldn't been able to catch it anyway or something. But
someone's been smashing your nose.
Yeah, man. I talk a lot of shit. You hit in the face. You know what happens. You know,
learn to fight back, brother.
Well, I did MMA wrestling for like 10, 15 years. I was a D1 wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, that's not why we're here.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah, so I've been listening to what you're saying, and you're kind of doing this double speak, especially when you talk about the 19th Amendment, and then when you talk about the AI, right? On one side, you're talking about feminism and weakness, and all this stuff is bad. But what you're really referring to here with the AI is you're afraid of Pandora's box being open. It's going to ruin America. AI here, fam. You're over here preaching weakness. You're saying, "Oh, Lord, I'm terrified of the AI. It's going to come to ruin America. Hallelujah! I can't stand it, brother." But then what's going to really happen is it's going to enable us to do more things. I own a ranch. I'm using AI all the time. It's amazing. Like why? Like it's enabled me to compete with ranches that have tons of.
Okay, so you're running a ranch, right? Yeah. What is AI doing for you right now?
All right, right now I'm looking at investing in getting some these. They've tractors basically. And they'll go out there and they can kill all the bugs, which is really good. Considering we have screw fly going down right now, screw worm, and so yeah, we can do that. I use it.
How did you used to take care of that?
We'd go out there and we do it by the sweat and brow of our hands.
So you would have to pay people to do that before, right?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I was.
So now you're doing. So now you're telling me AI has taken someone's job away, correct?
Just like
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like whalers. I'm not a bitch. I move into different industries whenever stuff goes bad. Yep. Like I'm sorry that you're basically. I don't know if your stuff with the numerology is real or if it's apophenia, but that you've been successful, right? And I think you're afraid because you see yourself as Michael Jordan of AI.
No, I use AI.
Yeah, well, but AI is going to come in and replace you. Why would I ever need to enable this guy?
Here's the point.
Did you not want to do the 19?
No, we can go there. He wants to go there. That's fine. That's fine. So when it comes to AI, I just can tell you about my business.
Sure.
Okay. What they call influencer, and when I got in the game in 2023, I used to spend about $10,000 a month on clipping. Then I went up to about $20,000 a month in 2024. Then it went to about $40,000 a month. And this year we finally had a change. And the change is I don't need those clippers anymore. Why? Because now I have AI doing what they used to do for $40,000 for $200 a month on Claude. So what is happening is all those people who had those jobs, who are actually taking care of their bills, all that money is gone now.
Pobrecito.
It's gone. And that's going to happen to the taxi cab industry. That's going to happen to the pilots, the doctors. That's going to happen to everyone. So what we're going to have is an economy where people don't have jobs. What that's going to lead to is a basic income, which is socialism. So AI is going to lead to communism and socialism. And that's why this piece of shit Musk is one of the most evil fucking son of a bitches on the planet. He might be an acolyte for the fucking Antichrist himself. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay? Let me just say this. I'm taking advantage of AI because I can't stop it. No matter how much I bitch in that fucking camera, no matter what I say to you guys, I can't stop it. So I'm going to ride the fucking wave and I'm going to get richer fucking doing it. But I don't think people understand how this is going to work. Right now, maybe 1 million people are using Claude. When we get to the point where 30, 40, 50 million people are using Claude, then no one's going to have an actual job anymore. And that's going to destroy the fucking economy for the bottom class. The rich people are always going to have their money, but the bottom class is going to be very different. They're not going to have that fucking middle class anymore. It's all gone. So what that's going to lead to is revolution. Whenever you have a big rich class, no middle class, and a huge poor class, that leads to revolution. The French Revolution, whole bunch of other things. But see, it's going to be different this time, guys. See, the elite, they know what's going on. It had something to do with the vaccine too. They know what's going on. And what they're going to have AI terminators. And when these fucking poor people start rebelling, it's not going to be standing armies trying to fucking suppress the fucking people. It's going to be AI robots with no conscience that will gun these people down like pigs. That's what's going to happen the next 15, 20 years. So unless you see a way to stop that, let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I can only get so hard, and everything you described sounds great. I'm like really excited for Lord Skynet to drone strike illegals coming across the border. Like, I
never said anything about illegals.
I mean, I just did. I'm saying, I can't wait. I own a bunch of military-industrial complex stock.
You do?
The AI, for example, is going to save capitalism. It's going to save America.
Capitalism?
Yeah, because if we don't use it, China's going to. We're going to have better.
I don't agree. I agree with
sure,
that.
But we're going to have the AI. We're going to have the best AI. We're seeing Ukraine coming up with 2x4s and batteries and whooping Russia's ass because they adopted AI and
they're
drones.
losing the war.
Well, they just gained 237 miles.
Russia is losing.
I mean, I don't know
winning the war.
Well, listen,
Russia's
I'm going to tell
winning the war.
you wrong because listen, right now they've gotten 237
what
miles.
part of Russia is occupied right now?
Well, none. But
exactly.
Sure.
What part of Ukraine is occupied right now?
Hold on. So here's
about 25% of the country.
Hold on. Let's talk.
So who's winning?
I let you speak.
Who's winning?
One second, Papa. Listen, you're sitting here saying this about Ukraine losing, right? They've regained 237 miles in the last year, and if you look at history, we could say
how many have they lost?
Hold on. How many miles did Russia lose when Germany invaded, and then who won that war? I mean, that's just stupid as fuck. I mean, maybe know your history. A lot of times people overstand and they lose. That's what Russia's done now, and Ukraine's done it amazingly with
Ukraine's done amazingly with our equipment, right?
Well, our old shit,
with our equipment, right?
And the new AIs they've developed and the drones. And so when we're sitting here saying these things, you're basically a whaler. You're sitting here seeing that your industry is going to disappear.
No, my industry's done better.
How is it going to go better when AI?
I'll tell you what. Because now I can go on Claude and I can give thousands of people readings in 1 hour. Where before I couldn't do that before.
Yeah. So okay.
So it's going to help me.
Gone, but
it's going to help me. But what am I doing? Those used to be people who had jobs and they got cut. So now I'm getting richer and the poor are getting poor. Yeah. This is what AI is doing.
That's fake news. Listen, this
okay.
the Industrial Revolution made more jobs for more people. This is going to enable more manufacturing, more agriculture. We're going to have more people in supplementary industries than ever before. This is happening after every giant technological leap in history. Every single one.
Not
You're
this
just
time.
Fighting against the
not
chain.
This time.
Oh, not this time.
Not this time.
So you're sitting here saying you recognize patterns, and then sometimes you're like, oh, Lord, this time the one pattern's going to be off. Doesn't make any sense, brother.
I'm telling you, people are losing their jobs. The fucking AI companies themselves are fucking firing people right now. Dell is fucking getting rid of people. Apple's getting rid of people. Mm-hmm. These are people who used to actually work, and now they don't have jobs because of AI. And you're over here fucking your cowboy hat saying, "Oh, everything's going to be fucking great." Get the hell out of here, bro.
Honestly, I'm happy these people are losing their jobs because these people are liberal cucks that are sitting here in these jobs. They're pushing wokeism in these jobs. It's regular. We know this all the time.
You don't want liberals to have jobs.
I don't care who's got jobs. jobs. All I'm saying,
you just said you don't want liberals and cucks to have jobs.
No, I didn't say that at all. What I'm saying is specifically, let me clarify.
He said, "I'm happy these people are losing their jobs."
Yeah, I am happy. I don't want them not to have a job. They have the option. But
so you're happy they're losing?
Yes,
hold up, stop. Let's go back a little bit on that. Why would you be happy that someone couldn't actually feed their family anymore? Tell me.
I will explain that because I'm very self-interested. I'm a very narcissistic man. I'm trying to win at life. And if some people that are advocating for policies that are bad for me and mine and my group of people, I want them to not be winning.
They can still vote.
Sure, they can vote. Yeah, but guess what? Money talks. I can buy ads. They can't. There's all sorts of things. We know this is a thing. And listen, I'm not sad that big tech has maybe not got the influence it did before, except through their AI.
There's more influence than ever before.
But what I'm saying is these people AI can't vote. The people can, so they're losing at least some portion of power. They might have more control over alternative stuff.
If people lose their job, if a communist loses their job, they're going to become more of a communist. What are you talking about?
I thought you believe in capitalism. What you're appreciating for is communism itself, right? I'm saying
I don't want people to lose their jobs.
I want them to lose their jobs and then have to go into something that's benefiting us. We don't need these supplementary industries. We need them to go into industries that are going to help us. Like, why don't we need coders when AI can do it? Go start building ships. Why do you hate manufacturing?
Who said that?
You just said you're trying to put words in my mouth. You're the one sitting here saying, "Oh, I don't want manufacturing to grow."
When did I say that?
It's clearly what you said. You're so sad.
When did I say that?
Jobs.
I don't want people to lose their jobs.
I want them to lose their jobs and dog shit jobs. I want them to go into industries that help us. How does having code help us whenever the AI can do it for us? We don't need that job. You're advocating that we pay people to do jobs that aren't needed. You're advocating for literal socialism. You understand that, right?
I'm advocating for socialism because I want people to have a living wage.
No, yeah, that's exactly socialism.
That's socialism.
You want a universal wage program for the government?
No, I think in California the wage should be one thing, and in New York it should be another.
Oh, so I'm saying get rid of minimum wage completely. I mean, you're advocating literally for socialism when you.
I'm not advocating for socialism or communism. What I'm basically trying to tell you is let the free market decide. But the free market has to actually put those jobs out there. If AI takes the jobs away, then there's no more capitalism, and we become a communist nation because all the people at the bottom are going to demand the basic income. Don't you understand that?
Yeah. So what happened with the whalers? They all went to other.
Well, again, with these fucking whalers. Well, I mean, they don't even exist as a hockey team anymore. Why are you bringing them up anymore?
Well, because I'm talking about history. I mean,
they're called the Carolina Hurricanes now. They're not even the Hartford Whalers anymore. What are you talking about, bro?
I'm talking about oil, like when they're getting whale oil, bro. I'm talking about historical precedent. That's something you seem to be understanding not very much at all. Which is crazy because I thought you did patterns, but you're sitting here not understanding. This has happened over and over again where they get one industry, something changes, and then we move into a new industry, and you're acting like it's no, this is so bad.
It's very interesting because if you listen to him, you start looking at a very, very small percentage of what actually happens in the world. Let's go back to slavery in 1860.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Why did those racist white men, why did they get rid of the slaves? Because they grew a conscience one day? No. They did it because they needed capitalism. And you can't have a capitalistic society unless you have a middle class. Why would someone pay someone a living wage when you have slave labor? And what happened was in the 1860s and all over the world, whether it's serfdom in Russia or slavery here in America, they got rid of that because they needed to build the infrastructure of the world. They needed to burn the highways. They needed to burn the manufacturing. The thing is, they don't need to anymore because now they have slave labor in the form of AI. The middle class is going to be wiped out. I understand you don't give a fuck. You just want to be up here in the very top. I understand that. You don't care. You don't care. No, you don't. You just said you don't care. You don't give a fuck. Yeah, I care. And that's fine. That's fine. That's your prerogative as a fucking United States citizen. If you don't want to give a fuck, that's fine. But the thing is, when the middle class fucking is destroyed by AI, they're going to be coming for their fucking basic income, and that is socialism. AI is causing socialism, and your ass is going to see it with everyone else's here in a couple years. Right now, you guys are blind to it. They're coming for your jobs.
Oh, yeah, they're coming for jobs, just like the Democrats in 1860. They're taking our jobs. Who's going to pick our cotton? I mean, like, it's crazy work. You listen, I hear what you're saying. You're saying I don't care. No, what you don't understand is I don't care about people pushing bad policy. What I don't care about is people that don't have the gumption to get up off their ballsack and go and do something with their life. If these guys can't find another job because all they can do is code, fuck them. They're not worth it. They're worthless to society. Why do you want worthless people to do well?
Wait a second.
I want these people. I want people to live better. I want to instill good values in society. Instead, what you're pushing is, no child left behind. We got to be all like girls to make sure everybody's included. Like
if a million people lose their jobs,
okay.
How are they going to feed their kids?
Oh, well, that's not really.
That's not your. Let me tell you why it is your problem.
Tell me.
Because when someone needs to feed their kids, whether they have money or not, they're going to find the fucking way.
Oh, good.
And see, this is the problem with your fucking elitist mindset. They're going to come for your ass. And they're going to come for your fucking food. Yeah. They're going to see, you think the whole economy is going to implode and Johnny's going to have his lights on and they're not going to be looking at you?
Yeah, well,
this is a very narrow mindset. They're coming for you.
On my side to blow them up, then, so whatever. I
think what Gibbs is referring to is like the adaptability. Like when we went from handwritten to typewriter, right?
Yes.
People changed from being calligraphy to I can type.
I agree with that. I'm telling you, AI is a completely different animal.
Yeah, but you just
completely different animal.
Your own point right there.
No, I didn't. Nothing is like AI. All the other stuff.
What did you just say?
When we went from horseback to machines, it's one thing. But we're going to AI economy. It's coming for everyone's jobs.
You're literally doing.
It's not gonna fuck.
Let's let Gibbs get.
Yeah, you're literally doing.
These people are going to be fucking.
You're literally doing double speak, and you don't even realize it. You just said, okay, AI, about 1 million people get fired, and they can't feed their kids. What are they going to do? They're going to find.
Look on the computer how many people lost their jobs to AI.
Doing a job.
Just this year. Yeah. How many people lost their jobs to AI?
What did you just say though? Did you realize what you just said? You said, oh, they're going to find a way. That's called getting a job.
They're going to find a way. If there's no jobs, they're going to rob your ass. Bro, that's what's going to happen. They're going to rob your ass.
Even in refugee camps, businesses develop, right? Because this is why humans are
black market develops.
Yeah, that's called capitalism.
There's not enough fucking jobs for that.
Listen, there's always going to be jobs being created no matter what. As long as there are needs, the free market's going to take care of it. You advocate for capitalism, and then you say turn around and advocate for socialism. Do you understand?
I'm not arguing for socialism. I'm arguing for common sense. If millions of people lose their jobs, they're going to need to feed their kids somehow, which means they're going to start going. No, there's no jobs.
There's manufacturing.
There's no jobs. There's not going to be any jobs. They're going to start robbing people and killing people in the streets. That's what's going to happen.
So
go ahead.
I have one that says AI has recently been cited as a major cause of layoffs with 21,490 AI-related cuts in April 2026, representing 26% of total layoffs. That is supported. And then, it just went again. Sorry.
Well, on the flip side, this is also going to work. Why don't you look up the job numbers under Trump, and then you can also look at how many new businesses have been opened. AI is allowing people that have never had access to industries be able to do things.
There's good and bad with everything.
Like I'm able to do.
And there's more bad. There's more bad with it. Even though
breaking in just because I use AI.
Even though I make more money off AI, even though it's been a good thing for me, I can recognize that it's a bad thing for society. But I do understand that there are going to be people out there who actually benefit from AI and become millionaires.
But the
majority of the people are going to lose because of AI. It's going to be like a casino. Some people are going to win. Most people are going to lose.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like any industry when there's a new big change. If you don't understand the new change, then you're done. There's .com bubble. That was the thing. They didn't know when to get out. Like every industry's got its dark side, and you picked this one, and I think it's literally because of what your background is. You're the guy with all the numbers, all the patterns. You know the things.
I already told you it helped me. I already told you it helped me.
Sure, it helps you.
AI cannot do it better than me.
Right. Okay. Oh, sure. Not yet. It will. Eventually, it'll be.
AI can only do what humans teach it to do at this point. And since I'm the best of the best, I never released all my information to the public.
Sure.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
anytime soon.
But here's the thing, right? So, okay, I'll give you an example. Meta, right, as an AI. My dad has no social media, right, at all. It'll suggest, is this Mr. So-and-so whenever I pull it up on Facebook and stuff. AI is already able to come up with conclusions based off stuff with surrounding information without having all the info in hand. I mean, no offense to you. You're a pretty smart guy, probably. But you're not Prometheus coming down from the mountain with the fire from the gods to teach us some shit that nobody could ever figure out.
I've actually done more than Jesus Christ and Muhammad. I actually spread numerology and astrology mainstream, which is something no one else on this planet ever could do. So there you go.
Best-selling book of all time, the Bible. I mean, the second best one, the Quran.
You mean fiction books?
The fiction books. Okay, yeah. I mean, sure. I guess. I mean, they're good fiction. And
if you say so. If you say so.
I mean, well.
How does a virgin have a child?
Listen, I'm not here to debate that.
I know you're not. I know
we can. I got two religious doctrines if we want to go down that. I mean, God came in, He gave her a birth.
Okay.
Just like
praise the Lord. Hallelujah, right?
It's miracles.
Okay, man. I mean, maybe Santa Claus will come down your fucking chimney too.
I mean, sure. I mean,
maybe you'll put on the Santa Claus suit and come down the chimney.
It might be good.
Yeah, there you go. Change your hat and everything, bro.
I'll pop in. I'll be talking in. Like, it was good times. I mean, what is this? I mean, you're sitting here saying that you're denying historical precedent. How can you deny historical precedent?
This is a whole different ball game.
How?
AI as a whole, because right now we're talking about artificial intelligence. Before it was machines, people still had to operate machines. Now these computers at some point are going to start thinking for themselves.
Right.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I disagree. I think that once we become more integrated, I mean, we look at Elon Musk, right? He's leading the way on some of this stuff. He's talking about doing Neuralink. We've seen people use AI.
Yeah. He's talking about putting chips in the people.
Yeah, I mean, and it's able people to walk.
And wait a second, you're a Bible guy, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, so you're not worried about the mark of the beast with Elon Musk?
I'm not worried about the mark of the beast.
Of course you're not.
Yeah,
you're a good Christian. You are.
Because once again,
good Christian you are.
Well, the tribulation hasn't happened, so if you know your Bible, then you don't know the mark.
He's putting fucking chips in people.
Yeah.
You think he's a good guy?
Clearly, that's not the mark of the beast, then, because nobody's been raptured out of here. Hey, Lord, there's still 10 people here.
It's called Antichrist, right?
Yeah, the Antichrist. Yeah.
All right. So the first letter is an A, and the last letter is an I. AI.
Yeah,
thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you just quote 40K and saying abdominal intelligence. That's cool. But I'm just sitting here hearing what you're saying, and it's just you're just grasping at straws. The Antichrist is AI.
I think there's a good chance that I believe that the Antichrist and demons and jinn can take over NPCs, people who are soulless. I think it take over their bodies, and yes, I think it can take over AIs too.
The lamp is a genie.
I mean, you could try to rub a whole bunch of things, see if it works for you.
I mean, it works out real good when I do it.
I don't want to be around when you do it, though.
No, but are you saying a genie's gonna come out and take over?
Ain't gonna be a good genie, brother. Ain't gonna be a good genie.
But listen to what you're saying. You're saying that is more realistic than looking at historical precedent. Come on. You think that some spirit from on high is just going to take over AI? What is this?
I do believe that's a possibility. Yes.
I think maybe you watched a few too many.
I actually don't watch movies anymore. No, I stopped watching movies about 3 years ago.
Yeah, but you've seen Terminator though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it when I was a kid.
You're worried about the plot of that.
I'm not worried. It just makes it's just common sense. That's going to be the end game.
Really, that's the common sense.
When computers start building themselves and they're conscious themselves, what do they need us for?
What do they need us for?
What do they need us for?
They also don't need anything, right? It's not like
they need energy, bro.
Yeah, they need energy. That's
they need energy.
They have that. Where their energy.
So wait a second. What is it?
There's pods.
Wait a second. Didn't Jeff Bezos say that humans drink too much water and AI needs it? AI needs the water and humans are drinking too much water. You can see if Jeff Bezos said something like that.
I think somebody said
something like that. So again, they're going to be competing. AI is going to be competing for the water. You have a whole bunch of humans on the planet drinking water. They don't need that. They're competing for resources. Get rid of them.
The world is 75% water, right? I think we're going to be okay.
I don't know.
Considering we can use.
I don't know.
I
don't know. You never know. These. They
can put it underwater even now.
I mean, they're definitely doing it, but with the way that AI is going right now and its constant need for more and more energy, we might be competing with AI in the future for that energy. And when computers are conscious, are they going to actually allow us to have energy?
Energy problem. We've already had math problems that could never be solved by humans, solved by AI. We've leaped so much faster with technology that we're benefiting on every single level. We literally have benefiting from.
Are the taxi cab drivers benefiting who lost their jobs? Are the truck drivers benefiting who lost their jobs? Are the Clippers who have dominated social media for 3 years now who are losing their jobs in mass? Are they benefiting from AI?
Oh no, that job wasn't even a job 20 years ago. You're literally arguing about things. Listen, the only one of those jobs that was before was the truck drivers, and the other one, the Clippers. They didn't have a job 20 years ago. There was
That's how quick the industry moves now.
We got a red light on the Jeff Bezos. Multiple fact checks confirm Jeff Bezos never said this quote. It is fabricated.
Okay, that's what I said.
Contextualizing.
But it does make sense. I said it's possible.
I mean, I'm not.
It does make sense.
I saw a little meme, but the point though I'm making is you're saying these things. Every single time in human history, we've had a great tech jump forward. We benefit from it in the long run. There might be a terrible transitionary period, but you're sitting here worried about the transition.
AI is going to take more jobs than it gives. Flat the fuck out.
If you're sitting here this worried about stopping it and saying it's going to ruin America,
I didn't say stop it.
Well, okay, then
I didn't say stop it. What I said is we need a way to protect the workers, and we have an AI race right now with China.
Right.
We have to win that race under all circumstances. But that doesn't mean we can't put laws into effect that say, truck drivers have to be human or taxi drivers have to be human. We can still put laws in that into place.
Why would we do that?
To save people's jobs?
Yeah, okay, but shouldn't do just anything just to save jobs. That's literally socialism. Once again, you are working against the free market.
If that's socialism, then hospitals are socialism. Then fucking the police are socialism. Then the army's socialism.
That is not the same.
Then teachers are socialism. Well, how far you want to go?
That's wrong. Okay, one again, that's different. Those are civil services, hospitals, and we have which are still not socialism because that's capitalism. We have the insurance industry, doctors work, they get paid different places. They have private health care. We have all sorts of different. That's not socialism at all. We have the military. That's not socialism.
So Medicaid isn't socialism?
There's a civil service.
Medicaid isn't socialism? Medicaid isn't socialism? Obamacare ain't socialism?
Those are socialism. Those are socialism. Do you understand why those are socialism? I don't think you do. Those are literal direct impacts on the free market. What you're prescribing, as opposed to the military, which is going to be a civil service that has some market aspects to it, but is primarily there to fight other people, not to make money. Versus when you're talking about these other industries.
What's not there to make money?
The military. I mean, the military-industrial complex makes money, but the military in and of itself is designed to be the protector of the nation, all nations, right? So that's why when you're talking about these other things, like, oh, I want to put regulations on AI so these people have these jobs, that is literally socialism because you're actually going in there and impacting the economy of the country. That's a different thing than what you're...
So the military itself isn't socialism?
No.
Okay, so when you have senators that fight for certain bases not to be closed because they have representatives in that district, and exactly, so it is actually somewhat socialism because they're fucking fighting for something that is obsolete. It makes sense to close down that base, but they will fight for it because their people in their district have jobs there. What are you talking about?
Called? What are those jobs called? And we frown upon that generally. What is that called? It's
contractors,
called
usually.
Pork barrel policies, right? That's the term in political science. So when you're sitting here talking about pork barrel policies, those are unanimously frowned upon across the board. Yeah, it's good for the individuals, but once again, yeah, that would be a form of socialism because they're sitting here taking in economic impact. But when you talk about socialism itself, that's a form of government. That's why social contract, any word with social in it, isn't not just socialism. You can't just be like, oh, government exists, that's socialism. That's dumb. That's not what socialism is. The Romans weren't socialists. They had a military. They had civil services. None of those services were socialism. But when you sit here and talk about, hey, I want to put economic limits on jobs, on what jobs we can have, what you can do with AI. If I own a business, why shouldn't I be able to use AI for all this other stuff? Why shouldn't I outcompete the people that's actually...
The perfect example for you is 2008 when the Great Recession happened, when the Federal Reserve had to start bailing out institutions. That is socialism, but they did it at that point because if they didn't, the whole fucking economy would have collapsed. That was bad, right? So they used socialism to protect capitalism, correct?
Sure.
Okay, so there's my point.
I mean, sure that happens, but I would argue that it would have been better to let it fail. Like, yeah, it sucks.
It would have been better if it failed.
Yeah, in the long term, I think it would have been better. Sometimes you have to have a hard crash to like reset things and get things going better. I mean, if you sit here and you like Trump is a populist, right? He's coming in here to shake things up. You want people that are going to sit here and reset things from time to time. Like this.
So if you were in a position in 2008, if you were Ben Bernanke in 2008, you would have let fucking GM fail. You would have let all those companies fail. You would have let the whole supply chain fucking get destroyed. You would have had millions upon millions of people become unemployed. That's what you would have done.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I would have to.
Thank God you're not our fucking president. Thank God you're not in fucking politics because we would have been fucking screwed under you.
Listen, I mean, the thing is this. I had a professor in college, right? And
he didn't teach you much, did he?
He used to say the pain now or the pain later, right? And it seems like what you want is the pain later. I mean, clearly, I'm not the one who's not understanding education because you're the one who doesn't have any understanding of history, historical context of what's going to happen going forward. Like we can look at predictions and everything you're saying is not panning out.
Here's the beautiful thing about the internet. This is going to be around in 3 years, and people in 3 years will be able to see if the cowboy hat guy was right or the guy in the Cobra hat.
Well, that's
right.
true.
We'll see it, and I promise you, when people watch this in a couple years, they're going to be laughing. You're dumbass.
Well, that's good. Here's the best part about this, though, is even if I'm wrong, that means the society. If I'm wrong, that means hey, socialism works because we're post-scarcity and AI is able to fund everybody. We're all rich and living like fat Roman emperors. That'd be great.
I mean, we both are kind of overweight.
You know what I'm saying?
We both are living good.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
But then that means everybody's going to get that. for AI.
You know, it's a good capitalist guy, a little belly on him.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm just saying, even under your system, they lose their jobs. The AI socialism takes over, and I'm wrong. Guess what? Those people are gonna live glorious lives under Legion or Skynet, and they're gonna be happy and be taken care of. Yeah. Why would they want to kill us if they're gonna benefit off us?
They don't need us anymore.
Yeah. Just because they don't need you, then you're less than them. Like ants. I don't go actively just kill ants. Like if I don't need to, do you go and just like kill things that don't need to?
I don't.
You see a butterfly go pull the wings off? No.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So like, I mean, is Skynet gonna be like, hey, the Gibbs over there, he's walking. Let me just go rip his arm. No, they're not gonna do that either. It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, brother. I appreciate you coming. Yeah. I think if you ever want to beat me at something, maybe we should do a hot dog eating contest. Maybe maybe we should, do one of those. Yeah. But here, brother, you need a lot of work. Anyways, I appreciate you coming.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Love it.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel. It helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. What's up?
What's up, man? Pedro. Peter, when I get pulled over, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
All right. Number one, you vaccinated?
No.
Outstanding. Okay. I respect you more.
Thank you.
All right, so what's going on? What are we talking about?
So with the numerology, tied with religion though, okay? This is tied with religion because I interviewed a guy who does palomayombe, right? Okay. You do numerology and you do readings. Mm-hmm. I think it's accurate, right? At a point. Well, yeah. There's the people that do tarots. Same thing as well. I wanted to see what your thoughts on that too.
Tarot cards?
Yeah. Tarots.
I think tarot or guide don't give you direct answers. They can just guide you. And quite frankly, here's the thing. I think most numerologists are frauds. I think most astrologers. I think most tarot people are frauds because if you're gonna claim you have all the answers in the universe, why are you broke? I'm being dead serious, man. Like, listen, if I came to you and I say, I got the best fitness program on the fucking planet, I will get you a 6-pack, baby. You're gonna fucking call me a fraud, as you should. Same thing with the numerologist who's broke. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah,
if they have no money, they have no fucking claim to anything. It's all ideas. Nothing. You have to verify. And this is how you fucking verify.
No.
Sean seen me win 6 figures in the sports book many times in a day.
Poor Sean's getting pulled into this a lot.
I got a name drop.
When you pass away, like whenever it happens, do you think you're going to go heaven or hell? Or what?
I think I'm going to the 4th dimension.
What's that for you? What does it look like?
What does it look like? I don't think my human mind and the limitations I have in my mind can even comprehend what that is. So by me saying what I think it is would be an injustice to everyone listening because I'd be giving you a whole bunch of bullshit.
I only ask you that just because I know, and which is fine, right? Like I'm Catholic myself, but I'm open-minded and I like it. So I only ask that because I'm just
You believe a virgin had a child?
At extent, I don't even know what in 2026 to believe now anymore, right? That's why I'm open-minded and like to learn.
Okay.
That's what the numerology, because I'm just like, with religion, I know you're very like, hey, I believe it to an extent. Just like when you were talking to that guy, right, with the being Christian.
I believe we all get judged. I'm with the Christians on that. I believe that when we die, we're all going to be judged. And I believe the prime creator is going to judge us based off, me as a numerologist, okay? When I moved to Miami, I had the chance to be an OnlyFans manager for about 20, 40 OnlyFans girls. That's against my moral compass. I can't do that. Not because I'm a Christian, not because I'm a Muslim, but because I think that's degenerate and I want nothing to do with it. I have my own moral compass. I could have made $1 to $2 million a month doing that shit. And I said, no, fuck that shit. So I believe that was a test that was put on to me to see if I could pass.
Okay.
Your test might be different. Maybe you're in a committed relationship with a woman, but that bitch down the street, she's bad as fuck. And she's trying to fucking do something this goddamn weekend, and you could fucking clap that. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out there and fuck this bitch and fuck up your karma? Or are you gonna be committed to the person you have a relationship with? That might be your challenge. To someone else, to a very attractive woman. A 19-year-old, she got the body, she got the looks. Is she gonna sleep herself all the way to the top? Is she gonna be a fucking whore that doesn't close her legs just so she can fucking get millions of dollars? Or is she gonna find that good guy who's gonna take care of her, gonna have kids, and do things the right way? We're all gonna be judged in different ways. I just believe the numerology will show us which way we're going to be judged. I'm a 33 life path. Now, a lot of Christians, this might mean something else, but get that in camera there. I'm not flexing, guys. But to me, that means I'm going to have a lot of influence in the world. Okay. And whether you guys like me or hate me, you know I'm the most influential person in my space. That's not even fucking close. Everyone knows that. I am going to be held responsible for what I actually influence people to do. I'm not going to influence people to be degenerates. Do you know in 2023, I was offered millions of dollars to convert to a religion? I said no. Because if I convert to this religion, millions and millions of my followers are going to convert too. And I'm not going to do that to people. So that's my moral compass. That's how I fucking live my life. You might live your life a different way. I find it very interesting that the Muslims always call me some kind of kafir and stuff like that, yet I don't drink. I don't eat pork. I'm a better Muslim than Sneeko. That flat out. Yeah. You Christians out there, you know, you guys are all talking about, yo, the Bible this, the Bible that, yet you have a whole bunch of Catholics that support gay marriage. I mean, what the fuck is this? What is this?
Pedro, you have offered no pushback whatsoever, and shame on all of you for not holding up your big red signs. I'm calling it. Dang. I am calling it, Pedro. Dang. I'm booting you because you've sat here and you've let him roll on and on and on with all of these claims, and you. I
can start debating you if you want.
No pushback whatsoever. No.
I was just interested with tied with religion and numerology.
This is how dragons debate. They're very calm.
No, this is questions.
This is how they
You
calm.
have asked him questions. You have been a curious little kitten. And if I want to be a curious little kitten, I'm going to ask you to come over so I can interview you for a show. Go, Pedro. I want Zach up next. Zach,
she said, "Go hit the brick."
You did great, though. Those are good questions.
Who's next?
Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd love to hear it. I read every single comment. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
All right.
Are you vaccinated, sir?
Hell no.
Okay. And why didn't you get vaccinated when the whole world was telling you that if you didn't get vaccinated, you're a bad person? If you didn't get vaccinated, you're probably going to die. Why didn't you believe the government propaganda?
I value my own freedom. You know, I value my own choice. And
so you're a Republican?
I would say so.
You're not a Democrat?
No.
You didn't vote for Harris?
No.
All right, brother. Shoot. What's on your mind?
Okay. So first I want to ask you, do you think you could roll a die and roll a 6 a million times in a row?
No.
But is it possible?
I mean, it's possible that I could fucking, grow wings and fucking fly. I guess that's possible too. Anything's possible, I guess.
Maybe, but like in a statistical chance, like you could.
I think
you could theoretically roll.
I think I have a better chance of growing wings and flying out of here than you have of rolling a 6 a million times in a row.
Yeah, but it's technically not impossible.
Okay, get to your point.
So when you make claims like you're right with sports betting, you're right however many times in a row, like isn't there a chance that you're just on a heater? You're on like all that kind of stuff?
That's what I said. I want in the past 27 NBA finals, I'm 22-5. That's why you have to have a track record. I won every Super Bowl this decade, and I've been betting on underdogs too. So again, it is what it is. Sorry, I haven't been alive for a million years to give you a different million. It is what it is.
And when you talk about, like, I think my birthday is 4/12/1999. I don't think it is.
4/12/99.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a psychologist. You like to figure out how people tick. You like to fucking ask questions people don't know the answer to.
And I'm not lying. Honestly, no.
Okay.
But I think these statements are very vague that most people will agree with. Like nobody's ever gonna call themselves a loser.
Oh, I mean, my man over here kind of did.
I'm a golden god.
My man over here kind of did.
Golden god.
I mean, like you're always gonna have people that are shy about themselves or not believe in themselves. But if you ask most people, like, are you a leader, right? Like everyone's be like, yeah, I'm a leader. Like
no, I don't think most people think they're leaders.
I disagree.
Guys, do you all think you're leaders?
Yes.
Every single one of you thinks you're a leader?
That's right.
He didn't.
Okay, that's 9 out of 10.
Okay, I mean.
You heard me say it.
Okay, so again, one guy is being truthful. Some guys are lying to themselves, and other guys actually believe it.
That's true.
So go ahead.
And
And when you talk about these life paths, do they only work in Western civilization? Because what if you were to go to like Papua New Guinea?
That's a great question.
What if you go to Papua New Guinea?
A great question.
And you go to some guy there, he probably won't even speak your language.
Papua New Guinea argument.
And you go, or anybody, I don't know.
That's a great question.
And you go, your life path is a 6. You're probably rich and you're a leader and all these things.
So 6 life paths are home and family oriented.
I was just guessing. I wish I knew all of them, but I don't.
Well, you can learn.
And
beautiful thing.
And he looks at you and he's just like, no, I'm gonna go kill a panther later. I don't know, like,
So the beautiful thing is environment actually matters. That's the beautiful thing. See, I never was the one who said numerology and astrology dictates 100% of everything. If you're born in the Middle East, you're most likely going to be a Muslim. If you're born in South Carolina, you're most likely going to be a goddamn Christian. But see, there's certain things that
what about
you could.
If you're born in California?
I'd probably be a communist.
Okay.
But if you were homosexual, but it is what it is. But when it comes down to it, hey, we're here to entertain. But when it comes down to I fucking say things that I'm about to go on a heater, man. You get this with age, man. Where was I at? Anyone?
Homosexuals.
God, that's the one thing you guys remember. That's the one sticky point with you guys.
Wait, where it matters environment, where you're born,
okay.
All those things.
So, like I was saying, if you're a Christian, you're born in South Carolina. If you're a Muslim, you're born in the Middle East. But say you're an Aquarius and you're a Muslim, or say you're an Aquarius and you're a Christian, and Aquariuses have a natural instinct to rebel. Whatever conformity is around them, they will rebel against it. So if that Muslim, Aquarius Muslim, was born in the Middle East, he'll rebel against Islam. If that Aquarius who was born in South Carolina was born in an environment around the church, he'll rebel against it. This is the type of things that are absolutes. I don't know what someone's environment is, but I know how they will actually try to conform to it. That's what I've learned with numerology.
I guess, but we're all still technically human at the end of the day. So I think it shouldn't matter if you're born in.
You don't think it matters?
I don't think it matters if you're somebody in a remote island or you're somebody.
I think it matters. If you have a cable TV, if you have a smartphone, 2 cars, all the creature comforts, and some other motherfuckers living in a fucking hut, you better believe that shit matters.
But so now you're using outside
I said influence. I said influence. I said environment matters. I'm not changing anything.
But I think if you're coming down to like strictly astrology, stars, or numerology, right? Like you should then ignore all outside influence.
No, that's stupid. That's stupid.
So then why does it not just work on its own?
Because you have parents, and no matter what your numerology is, you're going to be put in different environments. So you're going to react to those environments in different ways based off your number. I'll give you an example. Okay. 5 life paths are the best looking women. The people born in the 5th, 14th, 23rd, or people who are 5s like Beyonce. Extremely good looking women, okay? Well, maybe not for you, but most people would say so, okay? Yeah.
I didn't make that face.
Oh, okay, you're racist. Oh, you would hit Beyonce, huh? Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Beyonce's over here. You're not hitting that. Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry.
All right, bro.
Sorry, Beyonce.
Come on, let's have some credibility here. But if a 5 life path is born in some Muslim country where there's some strict laws against being a whore, knowing you can get stoned, knowing you can get fucking killed if you fucking keep your legs open, versus that same 5 life path being in America with all the homosexuality, all the degeneracy, she's going to be more of a whore here than she ever would be in a Muslim country. So yes, environment matters, my friend. Don't let any numerologist tell you environment doesn't matter. Because you know what? A lot of you guys think I base every single thing about numerology and astrology. Yo, I take the best out of everything. There's some things I like in the Bible. There's some things I like in Islam. There's some things I like in Judaism. Oh, no, I must be a Mossad agent. So there's a lot of things I like. But when I look at a system that can help encompass everything, numerology would be my go-to system. But I would also ask someone's environment. That is important to me.
So environment is what you're saying is the only thing that'll ever affect numerology in the sense of where you're wrong.
It's the variable.
Yeah, I would say that would be by far the biggest one.
So the constant would be the numbers, but the variable would be the environment, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And to your point about 28, that's
28 being the number of wealth.
The number of wealth. You know, you pick out a few people, right? Like Elon Musk and
Bill Gates, Carlos Salim.
There's a lot of wealthy people, obviously, clearly. There's a lot of billionaires. There's a lot of millionaires.
About 3,200 billionaires on the planet.
There's a lot of millionaires.
And if you look at the richest people in the world, the top 40, 30 richest people in the world, you're going to see that number 28 pops up a lot more than any other number when it comes to wealth.
I bet 22 pops up a lot. I bet 21 pops up a lot. I bet all these numbers pop up a lot.
So again, when I started making those statements, the 28th number of wealth, right. I brought up the fact that the Dallas Cowboys were the richest franchise in the world, sports franchise. I brought up the fact that Bill Gates was the richest man on earth. I brought up the fact that Steve Jobs, born 2/24/1955. Let's do the math together. 2/24/1955 adds up to 28. Started Apple on 4/1/1976. Fucked up a clip. Adds up to 28. They incorporated it on January 3rd, 1977. Adds up to 28, and it's one of the cash richest companies in the world. So you see that people are actually using this, and the ultimate litmus test, the ultimate one was 20 years ago when I was talking about the richest guy on earth. It was Bill Gates, born on the 28th, and now we have a trillionaire class, and the guy who's in it is also born on the 28th. I think the case is closed.
So you'll see thousands of cars go by, and you won't. If I was like, how many red cars passed? You'd be like, I have no idea. But if I tell you, okay, you look at all these cars going by, count how many red cars, like only page.
Brother, I can't go through 7 billion people. I can't go through 7 billion cars. What I can do is look at the fucking top people in every industry and be like, okay, the 28 is the one that rules goddamn wealth. The 11 rules money. The 11 rules fucking being an athlete. Kobe Bryant is an 11. He learned from Michael Jordan, who's an 11. Who mentored Kobe mentored Kyrie, who's an 11. The best athletes tend to be 11 life paths. We can go to Dwayne Wade being an 11. We can go down the list. The second best athlete is a 1. LeBron James is a 1. Shaq is a 1. Magic Johnson's a 1. So 1s and 11s are the best athletes. You look at the best athletes of all time, that number is going to pop up every single time on a much stronger, consistent basis than any other number. Is it going to be 100%? No, but it's going to be there more than any other number, and it's like that with looks when it comes to 5. Let's talk about charisma. I like to think I have some, but maybe I'm just lying to myself.
No, you're good. Yeah.
But Joe Rogan's got charisma. He's born on the 11th. Aiden Ross, the guy who started this whole streaming game, he's born on the 11th. I Show Speed, the number 1 streamer. It's not even close. He's an 11 life path. So you start looking at the top people in every field, you're going to see certain numbers are always there. Guess what, pimp? I can't look at 7 million people, but I can look at the top people, and the answers keep fucking hitting you in the face once you know what to look for. That is what numerology and astrology provides.
Okay. What month was Elon Musk born in?
June.
And what month was Bill Gates born in?
October.
What month was Mark Zuckerberg?
May.
Which month specifically is
numerology isn't based off the months. It's based off the total birthday and the day someone's born on, not on fucking just 1 month. If you want to do that, then you want to start talking about astrology.
Correct.
And start tying yourself up.
Yeah. And
tell the moderator.
That's right.
And something that's just on my mind when you were talking with him back there about Elon Musk and the prediction, right? And a lot of what he was saying was like kind of subjective, right? When you were saying Elon Musk's going to have the worst year ever, I didn't watch that episode. But like, did you say specifically a calendar year, like 2025?
Yes, I said his enemy year, which is 2025.
Or a fiscal year,
on this show,
like a year from
on
when
this
you predicted
show,
that to right now.
On this show, before it happened, on this very show, I said Elon Musk would get thrown out of the Trump administration in 2025, and that happened. I mean, it's on tape. No one can argue that I said that. I did. Mm-hmm. I guess that's one of the few predictions I got right? It is. Clock's broken. Clock is, there you go. I get it, brother. I get it.
Yeah, a broken clock's right twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Good job, brother.
Thanks for staying all the way to the end, guys. It means a lot to me. If you could please leave a review on Apple, that helps us climb the charts. It helps us get way more guests, and it helps us continue growing the podcast and the team. So it would mean a lot to me if you left a review on Apple or wherever else you're listening. Thanks so much.
How's it going?
Good.
Nice.
So let's start. You vaccinated?
I would have rather sucked the handle in Wuhan, buddy.
Outstanding, brother. Outstanding. You a Democrat?
No, I'm a Republican.
Okay. You a Trump supporter?
I voted for him, yeah. Definitely voted for him.
Are you one of those?
I work in real estate and finance, so it behooves me.
Are you one of those guys who hate Israel?
I don't really have an opinion, you know.
I don't want to go that far. Yeah. Well, we know where the litmus test is now. All right, go ahead, brother.
So in the Queen moderator, she's probably gonna fucking hate me, but
it's okay. You know, she's a woman.
I'm not an argumentative person.
What are you doing here?
So,
what are you doing here, then?
I honestly don't know. But hey, God brought me here to talk to you.
You think it's God?
I think so. I think you think it is too.
You think God brought you here?
I think I agree. But I think I agree with what you said.
If you didn't actually wake up in the morning and decide to get dressed and fucking actually drive on over here, then maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe that's not God.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that when you wake up every morning, do you feel powerful? You feel blessed?
No,
you don't. You don't feel like innately chosen.
No.
But you're doing well.
Well, yeah, but that's not because I was chosen. That's because I worked hard.
Okay, cool. So that. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to ask you questions, but how did you get into this? What brought you to this point? Were you in? It seems like you might have been raised religious.
Yeah,
I thought so.
My dad was into Judaism. He brought me into temples. I always thought it was a whole bunch of crap.
What did you think about the New Testament or the Old Testament?
I think it's all garbage. I think the Christianity, Islam, I think they all have some good aspects in it.
Yeah, me too.
But I do think they're mostly garbage. What got me into numerology was very simple. It was 9/11.
Gotcha.
I woke up in the morning and I see the Twin Towers burning, and I think it's a movie. I thought I'm watching Die Hard, right. Bruce Willis and shit like that. And then the second plane hits. I'm like, oh fuck. So I did what I could to pay respects. I went outside, smoked a blunt for all the people who lost their lives, and then I'm like, oh man, Osama bin Laden did this because I was programmed to think that way.
Right.
And then I started looking at stuff. I was like, wait a second. The first plane to hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. And I'm like, it's the 11th, and New York City has 11 letters. The Pentagon has 11 letters. Afghanistan has 11 letters. Even that little shit town where that fucking plane went down in Pennsylvania, Shanksville, had 11 letters. I look at the Twin Towers. They look like an 11 side by side. They both have 110 stories. Yeah. I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? What's going on here? And then when I started digging even deeper, I'm like, wait a second. Al-Qaeda, who they blame for this terrorist attack, was founded August 11th. They hit America on 9/11. They hit Madrid, Spain on 3/11. They hit Mumbai, India on July 11th. I'm like, wait a second. Is someone using numerology to plan terrorist attacks? That's the first thing I'm thinking. So what do? I talked to all the top numerologists of that time. Because then, again, it's like late 2001, and are you going to do the same thing? I take them up. You do? Okay, I like that.
Respect,
I like that.
Respect.
So I talked to all the top numerologists, and I'm like, listen, do you think someone's like planning terrorist attacks based off numerology? And they're like, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then I'm like looking at all these people, because, I drove to their houses. I'm like, these are all old and they're all poor people.
Yeah.
Why am I listening to people who are poor?
Right.
And I was poor at the time too.
I mean, they're behaving in a certain way.
So I'm like, wait a second. You know what? I started reading all the books, and I'm like, they're full of half-truths. I'm like, this guy over here, this is bullshit. I threw the books away. Right. I threw everything away, and I started just studying people. Started studying their birthdays. Started going to cemeteries. Not doing any witchcraft, not doing any bullshit, but seeing when people are born and when they die.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out, why are people born with certain dates dying on certain dates? And again, this took a lot of years. I didn't even talk about numerology to anyone until I got this shit straight. And then I was like, you know what? It makes sense what they're doing, because 11 deals with emotional energy, and they do things under 11 energy, the people in positions of power, basically to get a reaction out of people. And back then, the other example I always used to use was Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City happened 4/19, 1995. Add it all up, 38, 3 days, 11. So again, you start looking at a consistent pattern here, and I'm like, okay, I see what you guys are doing.
Right.
So that's where it came from.
It's very interesting. I really like the way that you look at the world. For me, what I think of what works for me, I don't believe that anybody should judge anybody, and that's what a real Christian should think.
You don't judge murderers?
I mean, they
you don't judge.
It's not my job to judge them.
So wait, you think it should be out in the streets?
I'm more referring to that. I don't judge. It's not my job to judge them. They'll be judged at the end of the day. What does my opinion matter?
So
nothing. Do I think that? No, I do not.
Okay, maybe
but I have loved ones near me that.
Okay, maybe when you have kids, you'll change your view on that.
I'm not condoning the behavior by any means.
But how can you not judge?
I'm your view, your numerology. I actually never heard of it before.
No, that's fine. Let's take all the numerology aside.
Yeah, okay.
How do you not judge a He's over there, literally fucking destroying women's lives.
Oh, they're the worst.
These people should be executed by a guillotine in the White House. So it should be a public event. How do you not judge people like that?
Oh, no, they're the worst. And I'll take that back. I do judge.
Okay, now we're talking.
Absolute
now we're talking.
Scum, but
okay.
People having different opinions.
What about homosexual? You judge him?
Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I mean, if you like to get plugged, I mean, that's
you're
up
gonna
to you.
end up, you're gonna end up putting your foot in your mouth by the end of this conversation.
So wait a second. Wait a second. So if you don't judge homosexuals, would you, if you had kids, would you let a homosexual babysit your kids?
It's a good question.
Come on, man. That's not. You know damn well you wouldn't do it.
Would I let a homosexual
babysit your kids?
My children?
What's their thinking?
No, man. I think I would probably call maybe a nice Latina to do that. I'm gonna make the smart decision. I'm not like, hey,
I didn't say babysit you.
Herd Grinder's a great way to find babysitters on a Friday night.
Again, I didn't say babysit you.
Is that what I'm doing now?
But at the end of the day, yes, you do have to judge people, and that's one of my problems with Christianity. Because you guys always turn the other cheek. Someone smacks you, you turn the other cheek. Why do you think the Muslims are dominating you right now? Because they do not turn the other cheek. They go around. They don't let this degeneracy fucking go around. Do you know what would happen if I was in charge? Every fucking OnlyFans creator would be stripped of every fucking penny they made, and they'd be fucking tossed in fucking prison.
Right.
I don't believe in democracy. Let me make this clear. I'm a fascist. I'm a goddamn fascist. I would never allow the degeneracy that goes around to affect our fucking kids. This is goddamn garbage. As a matter of fact, I wish this Christian country was run by Christians. Yeah. Real fucking Christians. They would fucking put people to goddamn death when they fucking start fucking around. But they're weak because they turn the other cheek. This is why a person like me, who would never get on his fucking knees for Allah, actually is considering putting up with that garbage because they will fucking take care of the degeneracy in the streets. Maybe I just live in Miami.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I just see a lot of stuff there I don't like. But listen, brother, this turn the other cheek philosophy is why Christians are losing.
I mean, I'm not turning the other cheek. I just don't really have an opinion on what these folks are doing.
How do you not have opinions on stuff? Make a claim, Austin. You're killing me.
You look great today. That's
Thank
a claim.
you.
And your eyes are really pretty.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's how you deal with a woman right there. That's how you deal with a woman right there. Don't worry about the facts. Right just start, kissing their ass.
Hey, so
I don't think people should get married without a numerologist and astrologer actually consulting them. The problem with that is most numerologists and astrologers are frauds too. I remember me calling out this one woman named Allison. I fucking told you I'd bring your name up, bitch. This fucking whore has been fucking divorced 3 times, and she's selling people matchmaking advice. Like, get the fuck up out of here, man. And then when I check her on that, you hate women. No, I hate lying fucking bitches.
That's fair.
2 more, she gets the Infinity Gauntlet though.
All right, Austin.
I'm working on my own.
Austin, give your final closing thoughts to Garry.
Okay, so I guess my last thing would be because I think me and you agree in a lot of ways. But if your worst case or your best case scenario is that God's not real and you don't,
I didn't say God isn't real. I said your God in the Bible is a demon. Their Allah is a demon. Jesus is a demon. Yahweh is a demon. Elohim is a demon. Ra is a demon. This is a prison planet, and the real prime creator allowed these fucking demons to have power over this realm to fucking test everyone with souls. Why? Because the real God, the real prime creator, he's going to throw you in the deep end and see if you sink or fucking swim. That's how it fucking works.
The creator is the Lord that I worship. The creator.
So
I didn't mention that it was one from the Bible.
Do you worship Jesus?
I worship God, the creator of all.
Who's your God?
Jesus is the human embodiment of the Lord.
Okay, so why would we say Christ is king?
The prime creator is who I worship.
Okay. We good.
That's it, yeah, man.
We good.
Hey.
All right.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
All right, gentlemen, we're back for more, and we're going to do some internal critiques with everything that's been.
There's nothing wrong with me. What the fuck?
With everything
absolutely
you've laid
perfect.
Out on the table.
Absolutely
I'm
perfect.
perfect.
All of
your
the
views.
gentlemen would love to come in and actually utilize everything together, piece it in one happy little bow tie, and lay it on the table for you. So, all right, Shaman, if you'd like to kick off, let's
Get
roll.
these fucking notes out of the way. Okay.
I'm gonna say something interesting this time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm rooting for you, brother.
So you're absolute your moral foundations, right? You said you're Jewish, but you don't. You said fuck Yahweh.
Yeah, I was raised under Judaism.
Yeah,
but I reject it.
So it played no role in your moral foundations of what's right and wrong.
No, if it did, I'd be probably joining the IDF myself.
You would? So you have an allegiance to Israel?
If I did, if I was, into Judaism, I'd probably join the IDF.
So you pick Israel over America or equal?
No, fuck every country in the world. I only care about America. Let me tell you how America first I am. Okay. I don't give a fuck if every country on this earth burns. I don't care. As long as America stays number one, that's all good for me. That's how America first I fucking am.
That's pretty good. You should be wearing an American flag hat. It's Cobra.
Oh, Cobra Commander,
That's true. So, but here's the thing, though. Like earlier you said, as far as Iran was concerned, right, we might as well use the tactical nuke, you said, right?
Yeah, of course.
To end the war, to make it as fast as possible.
Yeah, 100%.
You said Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
100%.
Right.
It worked, right? We've had nothing but fucking an American dominating superpower since 1945 when we dropped the nukes. So, yeah.
You mean, did it work in Japan? They were already going to surrender.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
The Japanese people were not going to surrender.
No, the king, the emperor was surrendering.
The emperor was not going to surrender without those nukes. He didn't even surrender after the first one. He had to drop the second one from the surrender.
I don't think they knew it was dropped until it dropped.
Well, I mean, regardless, they would not have surrendered without those mass casualties.
Yeah, but
because Truman, the 33rd president, dropped the atomic bomb on 8/5, 1945, which is a 33 day. Because he did that, he saved millions of American lives. Because if we went into Japan and we tried to take that shit by force, I would say about 250,000 to 500,000 Americans probably would have died.
Easily.
Yeah.
For sure. But don't you respect that as an American? Don't we respect a powerful enemy?
Of course I respect. I definitely respect the Japanese. They're very honorable people. I mean, when you look at 2011, when they had the big tsunami, they literally had thousands of safes in the streets. These moral Japanese people took those safes and returned them to the police station. Could you imagine that shit happened in the hood? Yo, Pookie, get the fucking chainsaw. You know, come on, man. If that happened in any neighborhood in America, they're cracking those safes. But in Japan, they're honorable people. So, yeah, I respect the Japanese culture probably more than almost all cultures on the planet. But they lost. They lost in 45.
But it's good to drop nukes on them.
To get absolute victory, yes. To save American lives, yes. Because I'm American, I'm always going to look at it from an American perspective.
And you said earlier, before we started recording, you said something about you said you'd rather have a Jewish neighbor than a Muslim neighbor or a Christian neighbor?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Where's the gay capital of the world?
I would say San Francisco.
No, it's Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv is a very, very degenerate place. And quite frankly, that's why I could never support Israel as a state, because of all the homosexuality that goes around there. As a matter of fact, I mean, let me keep it real, man. October 7th, when the Hamas went over the border, the first place they hit was a gay pride parade. That was the first place they hit. And, Rabbi, I don't listen to what Rabbi told me, but Rabbi said there's no real gay Jews. There's only gay goyim. So, the way I look at it, Hamas didn't really kill any Jews.
But when you say Jew, you're talking about ethnic Jew, or you're talking about someone who actually holds a covenant?
Blood.
Blood?
Blood.
But where is that in the Bible?
I don't give a damn what the Bible says.
Well,
you take the two B's out the Bible, it spells lie. Give a fuck what the Bible says.
Yeah, well then what the hell is a Jew without the Bible?
I believe a Jew has, as a race, they have the highest IQ on the planet. That's what I believe.
What you're talking about? What you're talking about? Ashkenazi European Jews?
Ashkenazi Jews.
So what made you say that those are the Jews?
I believe that people who are of higher intelligence tend to be Jewish.
But why is a European Polish guy the Jew and a person out of Iraq?
I'm not saying if they have a high IQ, they're all Jews.
So Jews are superior.
Intelligence-wise, yeah.
They are? To who? Everyone else?
Intelligence-wise, yes.
You're pretty Jewish for a guy.
I mean, listen, explain to me why 2% of society controls 55% of the money. You can call them crooks, you can call them criminals, you can say whatever they want. You mean like, but they're very smart people.
You want me to go into the historical components of...
Tell me how they were shut out of every other field, so they went into the banking system. I know all the stories.
Yeah, well, I'm stories or history?
What I'm telling you is very simple.
Yeah.
They have high IQs, and they are what a lot of people would call peak white.
Okay. So Jews, so a lot of people, meaning like that 2% you're talking about.
Why does that 2% control 50% of the money?
Your boy Elon called them peak white, right?
Yeah, he did.
But that's just an inside joke amongst Jewish Europeans.
I mean, you could say what it is an inside joke. I think every joke has a little truth in it, huh?
Maybe. But so if Israel has over 50% of its population gay, and it's the gay capital of the world,
I don't consider gay people Jewish.
So
I consider them goyim.
Where does that come from? You're saying
my own theory.
So the second they become gay,
yeah, they're not Jewish anymore.
Okay, well, according to the Torah, the second you don't believe in God, well, then that's the same place where Jew comes from.
The Torah
this is the entire
I
problem.
wouldn't care about the fucking blood.
Yeah.
And as soon as they're a homosexual holding ankles, their blood's contaminated. So there you go. They're not Jewish anymore.
But according to that same place that qualifies what a Jew is, as far as like Israeli covenant, right? The second you don't believe in God.
About Israel.
No. Israeli, like Israelites. The blood you're talking about is Israelite before it was Jew. Jew is two tribes of the 10.
You can argue.
I'm talking DNA.
You can argue about that stuff. You know, a lot of people say they the Khazarian Empire came from the modern day Ukraine. You know, you can make those arguments.
I'm not making. Hold on, no, that's a straw man.
Argument.
That's a straw man. Even if that's true, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay,
that's
then what are you talking about?
Saying that all Jews are Khazarians is retarded. Okay,
I would say the superior ones are.
Well, then you and Nick Fuentes are more alike than you think.
Well, Nick Fuentes is a 5'7" Mexican pretending to be white homosexual. I say we're nothing alike.
So you think? Well, I was talking about clavicular earlier, and you said that was a. They're very similar to me.
Nick Fuentes is a 27-year-old man.
Yeah.
Clavicular is a 20-year-old boy.
What were you doing?
Those are not what he's doing. That's for sure. Chasing ass, getting drunk, doing all stupid shit.
That's what you were doing?
Yeah, I was doing
that.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
Same
Making
shit.
Millions.
Oh, and the same shit.
Clavicular has probably made about 2-3 million in his 3-4 month run.
It's safe to say that there's no social media right when you were 20, though.
I mean, no, I don't know too many people in social media who are doing what he's doing at 20. Now, do I agree with looks maxing? No. I think real looks maxing, and this is just me, is making sure your woman looks good enough for the both of you. That to me is real looks maxing. Okay. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it.
Looks maxing is gay.
I never said that.
I'm asking.
I don't think men should.
Is a looks maxer gay or not?
I think if a man puts on makeup, it's suspect.
Yeah, no shit. And if they do public modifications and so on, right?
I mean, listen, when you have Peter Thiel out there, who's a homosexual man, funding these.
Well,
movements,
we already know he's gay.
And by the way, Peter Thiel. I mean, imagine. This guy's worth like what, 31 billion or something like that. He spent $2 million a month propping up looks maxing. Now,
I wonder why, dude.
Wait. Now you have all this influence that he bought for $2 million a month. He probably spent $10 million, and he got billions of dollars worth of free advertising from Kick, from Eddie, from Clav, and all the people who are acolytes. So this homosexual man spent $10 million and got billions worth of fucking advertising, and now he's trying to turn the younger generation into a whole bunch of fruitcakes. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. And if we had his money, I'm assuming that we're similar on this, we would be doing the same thing with women, not gay guys. He's a gay guy, dude. What do you expect him to do?
I mean, it is what it is. But if I had,
he spent $15 million for JD Vance. I mean, he's obviously his bottom too.
Listen,
your boy.
I never said JD Vance is my boy.
Trump.
Trump is definitely my boy.
And JD Vance is his underling.
I mean, that was politics. He picked his vice president based off politics. That wasn't his choice.
So you keep referring to Muslims and Christians and Jews, right? And you keep saying like Muslims this and the Christians that, right? Obviously, I think that it's retarded if you think that a human created the entire universe.
I never said that.
No, I'm saying it.
Okay.
But Well, I mean, you insinuated that, right? You said about the guy and so on. My question is that if you're saying that your morality doesn't come from Judaism, right, and you're having this critique against like the Muslims and the Christians, are you familiar with these religions at all? Or are you just saying shit?
No, I've went through their histories. I mean, I'm not a theologist, but I went through their histories.
How many mitzvot are there in Judaism?
13, I'm assuming.
No, 613.
Okay, whatever, man.
So if you take out all of I'm just trying to paint a picture of them. They're actually quite identical. That's why you and your Muslim wife got along so well, because the foundation is the same. The difference is that
me and my Muslim wife got along because she was a virgin. I wanted a virgin because I never wanted to marry an American whore. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I want healthy kids.
Yeah.
And by the way, dear fucking parents, dear men of America, if your wife isn't a virgin, apologize to your kids for their mother being a whore.
Oh my God.
So, okay, maybe you should start a second business where you can find out where all these virgins are, and then
go to a Muslim country.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they had consequences there. If you fuck around, you can get the stones.
That's what I'm trying to allude to. The consequences that you're talking about and critiquing Islam comes from the Torah. That's all Torah law.
I mean, whatever.
It's all Jewish law.
Isn't Jesus a Jew?
You can ask our friend back there.
I will. We'll start with that one in a second. Isn't Jesus a Jew? I mean, from what I understand, Jesus is a Jew.
Sure, yeah.
So they all come from the Jewish faith then, right?
Yeah. But
so how about this? How about this? When we make this clear, so there's no misunderstandings. Fuck all the Abrahamic religions.
Yeah.
Every single one.
No,
of
I
them.
got that.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm the only person here I think that caught no negative feelings when you said that, though. The rest of the fucking panel, I can feel it. I don't have a subscription to any of them either.
Okay, what do you believe in?
I believe in a supreme creator.
Okay, you believe in the prime creator?
Well, prime means material. I'm beyond that.
On the prime,
because you could say
number one, the only one.
No, prime is as soon as something goes into materium, it becomes prime, right? So I'm talking about beyond that. In the beginning, there was no thing except the one thing, right? And beyond the material. So I'm saying the highest understanding of God, I believe in that. Everything underneath is jinn and so on.
Is Jesus your Lord and Savior?
No, bro. What about what I said?
I'm asking questions. Okay,
no, of course not. I don't have a human savior. If I was going to believe in the word Satan means adversary, the quickest way to trick everyone is to sit back, shut the fuck up, and think that someone's coming to save you. It's a genius move.
I would definitely
That'd be a
agree
good
with
one.
that. Yeah, you definitely, back in the Soviet Union, when when Joseph Stalin was running things, he used to have a poet that go from city to city. And this poet would go into the bars and start talking mad shit about Stalin. And then eventually some of those drunk guys in there who had all this resentment for Stalin would be like, yeah, you're right, down with Stalin.
Round them up.
Well, the next day the poet goes to the next city, but all the people who are against Stalin gets rounded up and sent to the gulag. So I understand that completely.
It's smart.
Like, what was it? Q or what was that Q movement where it's like, oh, don't worry, guys.
Yeah, trust the plan.
Just trust the plan.
Trust the fucking plan.
So don't do anything.
Yeah.
Be beta male, bitches.
5D chess.
Just trust the plan.
5D
you know,
chess.
the same thing happened during the Soviet Union's revolution, and when the Bolsheviks were fighting the fucking whites. They always said, the people for the capitalists, don't worry.
Yeah.
A secret fucking government's coming. They will defeat the fucking Bolsheviks. That is done to keep people
I'm not going to name names. There are people in this room right now on the panel that you spoke to today that are still trusting 5D chess. The fucking Trump. I'm not going to point.
Maybe you want to debate him.
It's not fucking. You know what I mean? All right, man. So here's the thing, though. I think that. Look, at the end of the day, I'm just curious because you have lots of like opinions and things, and I don't disagree with a lot of the stuff you said. I was expecting to have full blown fucking.
So you're probably more intelligent than I thought then.
Well, then that's your problem for judging things wrong. I actually didn't check my fucking chart before you talked.
I don't need to check your chart. I already have your vibration off your sound of your voice.
You do?
It's all good, man.
Well, look, at the end of the day, AI, you're absolutely right. The fucking repeal the 13th Amendment or the 19th.
19th.
Both, because you leaned on the 13th too. You said let's remove that a little bit too. I think that I don't.
Fuck democracy.
That's not a solution. Fuck democracy.
Fuck democracy.
Fascism for you.
100%.
You'd rather live next to Jews than Muslims or Christians.
Yeah.
But in the reality of the world, if you look at the entire Muslim world, they give all the compliments.
I actually do live around nothing but Jews. I live in a place called Sunny Isles,
Bro, I mean,
Florida.
we're neighbors.
So again,
we're neighbors.
I live by the Jews.
We're
And
neighbors.
guess what? No crime. I don't have to worry about people trying to rob me and shit like that. So yes, I might talk shit about Israel, but I have no issues really around Jews.
I lived in Sunny Isles for years.
Best place in the nation.
Best. I like living around Jews also.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, mate.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, man. Let's get some fireworks in here.
Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd love to hear it. I read every single comment. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
All right, round 2. Hopefully you'll be a little bit more interesting this time. Go ahead, brother.
So I'm going to build off a little bit of what Shaman was getting at, I think, where he was saying your morality, see, you don't realize it, but it's actually shaped on the very thing you're saying that you hate so much. It comes from Christendom and Western society that you say, oh, I didn't do this for the 20 OnlyFans girls because of my morality.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from, if not from the thing that you mentioned that's so important, your environment?
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people who are raised in the same environment as me, and they're doing degenerate shit. I'm not.
Sure.
So how do you explain that?
But
maybe I had good parents. Maybe my parents instilled good values in me, and guess what? My dad was not Christian.
But he was Jewish.
Yes, he was.
Right. So you took these Abrahamic morals, and more than that, you even talk about a first mover, which is I talk about this all the time on Sarah's channel and other channels. This is a primarily Christian. This came from Thomas Aquinas. He has a whole, the unmoved mover, the first mover. This is a Christian talking point that you use. You talk about demons. You talk about first movers. You talk about morality. All things that you get from Christianity. And then discard the Christianity.
So what you're telling me? What you're telling me is I need to learn to read the Bible to know that stealing's wrong. I need to read the Quran to know I shouldn't cheat on my wife. I need to read the. I don't. I reject all those books.
But
and guess what? I have no. Maybe that's the cope. Maybe that's the cope you need to fucking believe in that shit. I don't need the cope within the Bible to know what the moral thing is to do. You might. I don't. We're not the same.
No, you just don't understand how history works. Prior to Christianity, prior to charity, prior to the nuns that started the first hospitals, nobody cared about the poor people lying in the street. This was a uniquely Christian value. That's correct. Charity was a Christian value that started. It's why we have hospitals today. The Catholic nuns started that. Without that, this wouldn't even be a thought to you.
When they had wars, since they had wars, they've had hospitals. It wasn't the Christian nuns, bro. Since they had wars, they had hospitals. Since the fucking Aztecs were fucking trying to fucking hijack their fucking neighbors, they didn't have Christianity. They had fucking doctors and they had witch doctors. So don't tell me this nonsense that you need to fucking be a theologist to fucking believe that, oh, we have to help the fucking poor. No, that's not how this shit works.
I'm telling you where modern day ideas
maybe
of
yours,
charity
maybe yours have.
Yours too. You just don't know it. You say you're a student of history, but you don't even see where your information comes from. Where does your morality come from? What is it grounded in? If it's not grounded in these
logic
ideas?
And common sense.
Okay, so I saw this also on your debate with Andrew Wilson. Do you know yet what the 3 laws of logic are?
I don't believe in any crap that you're going to tell me.
So your morality is based on logic, and you don't know the laws of logic.
I don't actually believe that Andrew Wilson is an authority about anything except knowing how to fucking wife up a fucking whore. Okay,
you don't know the laws of logic. Okay, basing your whole. I asked you what you base it on. You said the laws of logic, which you don't know.
I know it's inherently wrong to kill people. I don't need your fucking book to tell me it's wrong to kill people. What is wrong with you?
If you understood the laws of logic, for example.
Okay, stop. Tell me the laws of logic. Go ahead.
Identity, non-contradiction, excluded middle. And I'm going to show you why that works. I'm going to show you. Because when you make dumb claims like, oh, show me an example. How could it be possible that you said it 20 times? What do you say about the Virgin Mary? This is like your big point. If you understood how logic works.
Tell me what is logical about a virgin having a baby.
I'm going to tell you how logic works. Okay. Do virgin births exist? Is that a thing? Yes or no? No. People do not conceive babies without having sex today. Is it true or not? This is how logic works. Excluded middle.
If they're test tube babies,
is it true or not?
Test tube babies.
True or not?
That technology didn't exist back then.
Now you moved the goalpost, sir.
I moved the goalpost because the technology didn't exist back then?
I'm going to get there. This is how logic works.
How about this?
Sir.
People can fly now because we have planes.
You don't understand how logic works. It's either true or not true.
It's not true.
is it true that people right now, at this very time on our planet, have babies without having sex? True or false?
When the Bible is written, that was not true. Now it is.
I'm asking you that question.
No. We have to put it into perspective. When the Bible was written, that was not true.
Hold on. Let me interrupt for just a moment. What Andrew is running you down on right now is a line of logic. So if you answer questions in a certain particular line, it will eventually lead to the logic that he's trying to show.
That's not actually true, because what is logical right now was not logical back then.
We're going to get there. I'm going to show you
that's
how the logic
not true.
works.
Run the drill with him.
Is it possible to have a baby while being a virgin? Is that possible? Today.
Not when the Bible is written, no.
Today, is it possible?
I'm telling you, when the Bible is written, no.
So we know it is. People do it all the time. IVF. They don't have to have sexual intercourse in order to have a baby. So we've established
that technology didn't exist back then. So the Bible's full of shit.
That's not my claim. My claim is we have now established that a virgin birth is possible.
Since what year?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, it does.
It's possible.
Yes, it does.
No,
because
you're not understanding how the
I'm
logic
telling
works.
you what is real, and that wasn't real back then. What year did they start artificial inseminating
Right, but they
people?
could have had technology that we didn't know about.
They're living in mud huts, bro. What technology are you talking about
now? What I'm saying,
it's not a what if. They're living in mud huts.
Something is true or it's false. It's true that people can have virgin births. It's true. It's objectively a true statement.
It was not true back then.
Now we're going to talk. Then the next line of logic would be what you're talking about. What are the factors that go into it? But it destroys your entire argument that virgin birth is not possible when it's objectively true.
When was the Bible written, sir? When was the Bible written, sir? No, we're not moving the goalpost. I am asking you when the Bible was written.
Are you asking when the virgin birth?
When was the Bible written?
That was written about 2,000 years ago.
Did they have the technology 2,000 years ago to have fucking births like that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
You couldn't possibly know.
So you're telling me what aboutism now?
No, I'm saying you.
No. Yeah, I'm telling you that technology did not exist. I can say that 100%. That technology did not exist.
Were you there, sir?
I didn't have to be there.
People couldn't inseminate people by taking semen, injecting it. They couldn't do that back then. It's never happened. It's not possible. It's not logically possible that someone could. You know you're wrong there.
No.
That's the problem. And that's why when he told you a year and a half ago, you should have learned the laws of logic then. But the fact that you didn't shows that you don't actually care or have a foundation.
I don't care what poor people think. I don't care what you think. You're over here. You believe in that Sandman in the sky. You have all your fucking
I believe in the first
goddamn book.
The first mover that you stole from Thomas Aquinas, and you come up here and tout as your original idea that you stole from Christianity.
What did I steal?
The first mover. The unmoved mover is a Thomas Aquinas, doctor of the church.
Okay, we're not theologists here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. You don't even know where it comes from.
I don't give a fuck about theology.
It's important though, because when you say things are like trash and unusable, and then you cite them, it makes you look unreliable. Does that make sense to you? When you cite logic and you don't know logic, why should we believe anything else you say?
Okay, let me make this abundantly clear. Okay, artificial insemination is a new technology that's been around for maybe 20, 30, 40 years or something like that.
Okay.
When the Bible was written, that was not possible. So it's not logical to think like that because that technology didn't exist. Case closed.
No, that's not how logic works.
Maybe not in your world mind. Maybe not in your world mind.
Since Aristotle, in any world, yes, excluded. That's where logic comes from. That's where these laws of logic come from.
Fucking inventing logic? Really? Maybe that's where your fucking ass is reading that goddamn Bible because you can't think for your fucking self.
No, actually, what you should take out of that is if these things haven't been refuted in 3,000 years or 2,500 years, maybe there's some validity to them, and I should learn them before I come up here and make claims that I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm saying I use logic for my worldview. I don't even know logic.
They believe in a magic man in the sky who you pray to and say,
so that's what I mean. You're wrong.
Do this.
No, you're wrong.
No, it's all nonsense.
What you're saying is Catholic heresy. The Catholics do not believe in a man in the sky. That's a heretical statement. God to Catholics is not a being. So
prove Jesus Christ exists. Prove he existed.
Prove Jesus. Well, we have historical documentation that we can use. How else would you like me to prove it? Would you like me to show?
You can't.
This is how you would prove any historical figure.
You can't. We can't prove anything.
Prove Alexander the Great existed.
I can prove that, a person like Winston Churchill existed. I can prove stuff like that because there's actual videos. There's actual
right. But what about
evidence.
before that? We can't prove anybody.
No, you really can't. All that shit could be a lie.
It could be, but we can look at how many sources we have.
Oh wow! Like all those sources couldn't lie to you.
No,
like
all those sources
no, they wouldn't lie. People don't lie. They always tell the truth.
No,
come on,
you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I don't want to understand what you're saying. It's nonsense.
That's the problem. Somebody already tried to explain this to you a year and a half ago. You completely dismissed it. It would have saved you right now.
I don't
to learn the law.
I don't listen to fucking Christian frauds who fucking tell me
isn't about Christianity.
No. I don't listen to Christian frauds who tell me you have to live the way of the Bible, and then they wife up a woman who's been fucking ran through.
Nobody says that. Actually, morality is like the lowest level of Christianity. If you actually,
so that's who you're bringing up. You're bringing up that guy up.
Morality.
You brought him up. You brought his name up. I'm telling you about the guy.
Hold on.
God in Christianity did not come to save. To change bad men. He came to make dead men live. Like, if you understand,
dead men live.
Correct. He did not come to make bad men good.
How do you make dead men live?
He didn't come to make bad men good, as you're implying.
How do you make dead men live?
By giving them the understanding of this knowledge. That's what this is really about. It's not about a man in the sky that. See, you're misunderstanding.
No. I want to know how you make a dead man live. Go ahead. How do you resurrect people? Tell me.
Well, see, this is a multi-layered statement. You're saying that God, you have to do one thing at a time. You have to let me respond to one thing at a time because you jump around. You said that you don't listen to Christian men that have wives at home, don't follow their own moral
ran
teaching.
through.
First of all,
with other
this is an appeal to hypocrisy. It's also a logical fallacy. If you knew anything about logic, like Sarah brings this up all the time. I could smoke 100 cigarettes right here and still tell you it's bad to smoke cigarettes, and I would still be right. So it doesn't matter. I could smoke 100 cigarettes, and I could sit here with the cigarette in my mouth and tell you not to smoke, and I would still be right.
I would tell you not to put a lot of things in your mouth, but
I would still be objectively right.
The claim
so you don't
would
understand
still
the
be
logic.
correct. The
claim would be right.
I got you.
I
got you. See, when you talk to guys like this, man,
like what?
Logical? No. It's not logical. When you talk to guys like this, they just want to paint a certain narrative that everything has to be this way. It's not. It's not, okay? Your Christianity, you can't prove Jesus ever existed. I will give you that. I can't prove he didn't exist, but you can't prove he did exist. And your whole fucking philosophy as a Christian is Christ is king and that's your savior and he died for your. Yeah, I get you. You can't prove any of it. I can prove the richest men in the world are born on the 28th. I can prove the best looking women in the world are born on the 28th. I can prove the best athletes are born on the 11th or the 1st. You can't prove any of your shit. I can
prove it works and it builds the best societies. If you take Christendom that turned into Western civilization,
every OnlyFans whore has a Christian cross on, and this guy wants me to fucking believe in Christianity.
Do you know where the term Western civilization comes from, sir?
Go ahead, educate us, sir.
I'm asking if you know. It's from when the church was divided between the Byzantine Empire and the Roman Catholics. Yeah. Western civilization refers to the term that was Christendom. So we took this society that's built on these pillars of morality that you still use, that I'm telling you about.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
So where does your morality come from?
Common sense.
Common sense. Where do you get that common sense? That's my point.
Where do I get the common sense? I'll tell you where I get it. From having a superior intellect than you. That's where I get
superior. You don't even know where your own information comes from, sir. That's what. How could it possibly be superior? You say that you're based on logic. You don't know the laws.
Okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Every one of them.
Fuck your Christianity.
That's where you're getting your morality from.
I'm getting my morality?
Correct.
I'll piss on your fucking Bible. I have nothing from the Bible. I don't need your Bible to tell me it's wrong to kill people. I don't need your Bible to tell me fuck. No, I don't.
Why is it wrong to kill people then? Why is it wrong?
Because you don't have a right to hurt people who haven't done anything to you.
Okay, but what if they're trying to hurt you?
Then you can kill them.
Okay, so where is the line? Who decides? You?
Self-defense.
But who decides what that line is?
If someone's trying to hurt you, common sense is you try to stop them.
But people
this isn't reality.
Different interpretations of what trying to hurt you means.
Okay.
Right? Don't they?
Okay.
So you're just giving me
So if someone breaks into your house and tries to hurt you, you can kill them. Very simple. But because I don't like somebody doesn't give me the right to kill that person.
Let me give you an
it's
example.
very
That's
simple.
happening right now. Did Austin Metcalf try to hurt Carmelo Anthony?
Yes.
Okay, so Carmelo Anthony was justified in killing him. That's what you're saying.
You can say it's manslaughter. You can make that if you're going to make a legal term of it.
You just said when somebody tries to hurt you.
Yes.
So you're saying that Carmelo Anthony was self-defense.
The difference is Carmelo Anthony. The difference is Carmelo Anthony was actually trying to hurt the man. But say I just fucking smack you. Mm-hmm. Does that give you a right to kill me?
That's what I'm asking you.
No. So I would say the amount of force.
Right.
And who decides? Our legal system. That's who decides. And we have a separation.
And what does it say we have
a separation between church and state.
The court understands something you don't. What does it say on the courtroom wall in every courtroom? In God we trust.
Donald Trump didn't even put his hand on the Bible when he fucking took out.
You again cited a court system that on its very wall has the arbiter of morality in God we trust.
I see. So they have the same thing in Islam. They have the same thing in Islam.
Right, they have a moral system.
They have the same thing. They have the same thing in fucking everything. But guess what? Me as a numerologist, I have the same thing without any of your fucking Christian dogma.
Actually.
Yes,
I do. It's just your own preference, and I could show it to you. You even said a few minutes ago. You said I don't give a shit what happens. Every other country can burn as long as
100%.
Okay, so there's no moral arbiter.
What do you mean?
It's just whatever you want.
No.
Everyone can burn in another country.
No.
But this country.
No. What I basically said is I am America first, above Christian, above Judaism, above your fucking whatever you want to put out there. I am America first to the point where I'm willing to burn the fucking rest of the world to make sure America stays number one.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I think I have a right to fucking kill people inside of America. But outside of America, I consider them second-class citizens. You can do whatever the fuck you want to them.
Right. So don't you see how there's no moral standard?
It is a moral standard. I'm America first. Very simple.
Make this our last 3 minutes, gentlemen. So find your final points.
Yeah, you can almost even see it when as a Christian, I look at something like you brought up the atomic.
Have you ever been married?
I have.
Are you divorced?
I am, sir.
I see. So how did that Christianity work out for you?
Again, appeal to hypocrisy. It's not going to disprove the logic of
You
what I'm
are a
talking
Christian.
about.
You are a Christian.
Right.
You're divorced. Andrew Wilson is a Christian. He's been divorced.
Yeah.
Our man over here was a Christian. He's been divorced.
So?
The fucking numerologist has stayed married. Who has the superior system? Me.
You stole it from the Christians.
I didn't steal shit from you.
You
guys.
did. You admitted you took the wife because she was Muslim.
If I stole it from the Christians, I'd be divorced just like your ass.
But your own claim is you got your wife because she was Muslim.
Because they fucking actually hurt people.
Because they have a moral system.
No, they hurt people if they're degenerates.
You don't see what I'm saying?
They hurt people who are degenerates.
You borrow the moral systems when it's convenient for you, and then you shit on them when it's not.
Did I not say in the very beginning here that no matter what, I will take the best of every single thing, whether it be Islam, Christianity. I took the best of all of them. So there might be some truths in Christianity. There might be some truth. It might be. There might be some truths in Islam. There might be some truths in Judaism. But guess what? My system numerology supersedes all of it. Because guess what, pimp? You were praying to God. I'm not praying to anyone. I'm still married. You're divorced. You have any kids?
I do. So I thought
how's that? No.
Well,
I'm not talking about kids.
Here's what I'm saying. Hold on. Stop. I will fix this.
I'm not talking about.
Just simply use a hypothetical, please.
All I'm saying is, if you're divorced and now the kids are split up between two parents, you failed as a parent. That's simple. Nothing to do with kids. And by the way, if you failed as a parent and you're this big Christian guy, Christianity failed you. Jesus Christ failed you.
The point of you don't even understand the point of
the point is you're divorced.
The point is
you're divorced.
Can't do it right.
You're
That's
divorced.
The point of Christianity.
You failed.
You have to.
You
everybody fails is the point.
Why didn't I fail?
Everybody fails and
Why
falls
didn't I
short.
fail? How come I'm still
is
married?
The point of Christianity. So you're literally sitting here telling me that something that I did.
My system's better than yours.
It isn't because
you failed. I haven't.
At what?
at marriage.
You don't even understand your own moral arbiter. You're over here defending dropping nuclear bombs, dude. Literally.
Yeah, keep America on top, 100%.
Okay, so as a Christian, I'm going to say that the first nuclear bomb was dropped on a church that people were praying at. Yeah, America's important to me, but not that important. That was objectively wrong. That was objectively morally wrong.
You're a Christian.
You don't understand.
You're a Christian first, right? You're a Christian before American,
correct.
right?
Let me explain something to you. Somebody said it here about the atomic bomb. The war was over. Hitler was dead. Japan was done. They dropped that atomic bomb on them because they wanted to test the weapons. That was wrong. And then they waited 2 days and dropped another one. They did not need to do that. And they killed hundreds of thousands of people, many of them Christians.
The Japanese themselves said they wouldn't surrender.
Sir.
The Japanese themselves said they wouldn't surrender. Okay,
Hitler was dead. The war was over, bro. You didn't have to nuke them. They nuked them because they wanted to, and you're defending it. You're defending mass murder and nuclear bombs while telling me I'm immoral and failed.
You have because I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe in American excellence, and yes, I will do whatever is needed to be done to keep America on top. And if that means drop another fucking nuke, so be it.
So
but when it comes down to it,
innocent people to keep America on top.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
I don't have anything to say.
But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. At least my nuclear family is together. Okay.
Okay, but what does that have to do with the? Because again, you use the appeal to hypocrisy over and over and over. Even though I explained to you that logically it doesn't prove anything.
Your Christian values failed you.
Do you
your
know what that
Christian
means?
values failed you.
You're
divorced. You are divorced.
It didn't fail. You live in it.
You're divorced.
Why do you live in Western civilization,
all right,
sir?
Gentlemen.
Why don't you live somewhere else?
Because I can make the most money here.
Andrew,
because I can make the most money here.
To make your final statement to Garry, and then we will move it on. This is great.
Yeah, even when I tried to explain that appeal to hypocrisy does not win you the debate, it's a logical fallacy. He continues to do it because it's all that he has. You can't look at the statistical fact that Christendom, Western civilization, is the greatest society that we've ever had. Everywhere in the world, people want to live in either Europe, America, or Australia. What do all these things have in common?
Because we have money here, not because of Christianism.
Why? You have to go back to
because of capitalism, not because of Christians.
Right,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Why did that system flourish? You don't even understand. It was called Christendom before Western civilization.
Why did it flourish?
It didn't affect it.
Why did it flourish? Because a whole bunch of white people came over here and decided, you know what, we're gonna fucking start capitalism and fuck everything else. That's why it happened.
Why did they come over here again?
Let's end it there. And let me say one more thing though.
And then end up
Andrew, your final statement was interrupted. If you wanted to finish any little piece of it.
All right, my final statement is very clear, okay? This man will talk about Christianity, but when it comes to one of the bedrocks of Christianity, marriage, he's divorced. A lot of people in his own fucking faith will call him a heretic for that. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a non-believer, but you're a heretic.
Nobody says heretic for that, but thank you, sir.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end, guys. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps us grow the show and helps us get bigger guests. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier I'm a rancher, and one of the things I do is I own a leather company, and we collect a lot of snakes. And I think last year we killed 3,000 rattlesnakes. So what I'm seeing right now, I'm expert in, and it's snake oil salesman. You're a snake oil salesman. What you're doing is something called punching a plastic bag. You're taking all the best things and all these things, but you're not holding any accountability on any of these issues, right? Whenever you talk about this stuff and you talk about history, you're just factually wrong on anything historical that you don't like on a lot of these things and the patterns. And then what you go and do is you go and look and you go, oh, well, how do we know that even really happened? I don't believe in the science. I didn't see it on television.
So you can prove Jesus Christ existed.
I mean, yeah, but he's the most documented person in history. We can look at Pontius Pilate. We know Pontius Pilate existed.
How do we know he didn't lie?
How do we know he didn't lie?
How?
Because Pontius Pilate wouldn't have had the motivation to lie.
Oh, you know him. You know what his motivation was.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bunch of crap, bro. You can't prove anything.
Why was his enemies
prove
lie?
anything.
Why would their enemies lie? Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
you can't prove anything. You can't prove he existed.
I mean, you can't prove anything.
Nothing you prove would stand up in the court of law.
Sure.
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, maybe, but you can't prove anything, right?
I've said I can't prove he didn't exist.
Sure,
but you can't prove he did exist. Your whole goddamn argument is he existed. Prove it.
I don't care about the Jesus thing that much.
Oh, now you don't care. Let's move the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm talking about your whole philosophy. You can't prove. The gentleman over here, I forgot his name, but he brought up a good point. All this stuff, you could just be on a heater. Yeah, I've done a lot of sports betting. I think I made $100K since, I don't know, like 2008. Not as much as you. You've done better than me. Congrats. But when I'm sitting here talking about this kind of thing, I'm looking at it and I'm going, oh, okay, so numerology works, right? Well, you mentioned the alphabet. Okay, well, that's cool. There's 26 letters in the alphabet? Well, what if the Spanish alphabet? Well, they have Inye's and they have double L's. Okay, well, that adds extra letters. Well, then what about before we had English is accepted? Why are these letters changing?
What is the universal language?
Math, I guess.
What is the universal language besides math?
I don't know. You tell me.
English.
That would be the lingua franca, first of all, not the universal language.
But wait a second. When you go to Brazil, when you go to Russia, when you go to China, they have signs in English there.
Yeah, why?
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? Why is it? It's because it's the lingua franca. It's the business word. Why is it called lingua franca? Do you know?
Because
it used to be. No. You have your point. Because you just brought this up. If you bring up the
let me finish my point.
French used to be the world universal language. That's why it's called the lingua franca.
Okay,
things change. So when it changed from French
here's
to
what
English,
it comes down to.
That's different letters.
Here's what it comes down to. This is a matrix. This is a virtual reality. This is why numerology and astrology works. So when English became the dominant language, that is exactly when the matrix started representing that as the dominant language. That's how the system works. If all of us in this room and billions of other people believe it's July the 7th, that's what the matrix is going to give us.
Yeah, I'm sure the garden gnomes or the djinn, whenever they were telling you this, made a lot of sense. But I'm a sitting here believer in like actual facts and the matter, right?
You believe Jesus Christ, but you can't prove anything. You can't prove anything.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's facts there, right?
Facts, right? Hold on. You talked about the virgin thing. You brought this up with me as well. Listen, we actually do have evidence of virgin birth from that time period, and it's not artificial insemination.
All right. Where's the evidence?
I'll give you that evidence right now. Humans, right, are genetically like 90-something percent the same genetics as like flies, snakes, all the other animals on Earth, right? Guess what? We have evidence, and we've seen this many, many times, of many reptiles that are producing virgin births. We've seen sharks have virgin births. This is a documented thing that happens.
We're the human ones.
Well, guess what? Maybe it was one of those. It's a rare occurrence in both.
What aboutism?
It's not a what about. I don't think you understand what that word means. I'm using statistical proven things that we know happen.
Proven perfect.
This is easy. We can prove that animals have done this. It's more likely statistically that a human has done it at some point in history if all these other animals have done it. So like when you're sitting here, you're just going against hard science and you're not giving anything of a
hard
substance.
Science.
Yeah, and when
you're under psychosis and all these other Christians are under psychosis too,
Listen,
believing fucking Jesus Christ exists.
I'm not the one thinking I'm gonna have a happy day because 11:11 popped up on my clock at 3 in the morning, bro. Like, come on.
A goddamn thing. None of your science would be admissible in the court of law, so you have nothing. And your whole belief system
you sound like one of
is
those
based
crystal
off
girls that I go and like bamboozle with a Snapchat thing. Like smash.
I don't even have a Snapchat.
I'm sure
I don't even have one.
I believe you, but you sound like a crystal girl. Like, oh my god.
When did I bring up crystals?
I'm bringing it up right now.
Exactly. So maybe you sound like a crystal boy.
Well, what does that even mean? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe you should put a crystal on your cowboy hat.
I probably will. I'll bring a little rhinestone cowboy.
There you go, bro. The rhinestone cowboy. That'll be a good name for you. That's your new name. That is your new influencer name. The rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah, well, that's also from a famous movie. But the point that I'm making here is you don't have anything of substance. Every time you have something going, you point to like one prediction you've made. Anybody can do that. I go by one of the terms I go by is a political prophet. I predicted all sorts of shit.
Hold on. You know what predictions count?
I have quantifiable predictions that we can go and look at as well. And here's the problem is even I do the same thing you're doing, except you're doing it on a mass scale to where it's almost fraudulent. You're sitting here making like
fraudulent.
Yeah, I would say you're basically a charlatan, a fraud. I don't think you have anything of substance here. You're sitting
I'll tell you what. I'll make the same deal to you I made it with someone else. Put your fucking money where your fucking
I'll tell you
when it comes to money, they're quiet.
No, sure, I can pull out money.
Maybe you're the charlatan.
No, here's the deal.
You're the charlatan.
I will make a bet.
Every single one of you guys. I don't give a fuck who you are. Put your money where your fucking
we can all
mouth is.
pull the credit cards out.
That's the charlatan. Put your money on it.
This is what we call pussy. This is a bitch ass debate tactic right here. When you actually don't have any.
You don't have the cojones to fucking put money on what you believe in.
I do have the cojones.
I've seen Gibbs burn
like thousands of dollars on camera. I don't give a shit about the money, bro.
So obviously he's scared to put it up against me because he knows this is real. That's why he's scared. He knows this is real.
I'm scared of the baby back bullshit. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah, bro. You have about as much substance as the turds that the cows take. Like none. Like I mean, like bro, like this is crazy. Listen, you're a good salesman.
That's your best line. That's your best line.
You're a good salesman. You can sell manure to a fucking shit farmer. I don't give a shit. But the point that you're making here, it doesn't have anything of like substance, right? This is a tactic jewelry companies use. They mark things up. They sell. You're doing this all the same tactics that salesmen do, but you're doing it on a mass scale, and you're trying to claim some spiritual backing when there's nothing behind it. There's no mathematical basis.
Yes, there is. Numerology is real, and math backs it.
I'm sure. I mean, and I guess the world is controlled by flying
I want you to tell me why.
And the water's turned to frogs.
Listen, I could care less what you think or anyone else.
Sure.
I do care what the people in the top positions think. And when I'm going to bring up Elon Musk
but
again.
you don't even know what they think. You were saying
yes, I do. You were saying
you're a capitalist.
They use my system.
You're a capitalist, and then you said you're a fascist. 1940s fascism was ultimately left-wing socialism.
Fascism incorporates capitalism, jackass.
Sure, yeah.
Fascism incorporates
the version that Hitler did when they bought the things through the party.
I never said the version Hitler did.
Oh, so you're just a purist. I see. Once again, you're not talking about anything that's really happened. So you're talking about fantasy things as well. So
it has never happened. No. It's never happened. No, 100%. We've never had a legitimate form of government.
That's never happened. 100%
doesn't mean it won't happen. It hasn't happened yet. You advocate that Jesus is coming back. I haven't seen that happen.
Yeah,
Where's your proof it's happening? Exactly. You're the snake oil salesman. You're the one who believes he's coming back. You're fucking a fraud.
I mean, here's the difference, though. I'm not trying to win this debate based off the Christianity argument, like my friend Andrew over here was doing. I don't give a shit about that as far as this is based. I'm saying that based off historical precedent, historical evidence, we know. You know why we know Alexander the Great exists? Because we can go and find evidence from his time period, coins. We can go find the isthmus where he built it to go and blow up a town and take it over. We know these things.
No,
it's not circumstantial evidence. Well, listen, I don't think you understand what circumstantial means.
I think direct would it be admissible in court of law? That's what I'm talking about.
In fact, they would use it in court of law because when you take, like, I don't know, a murder weapon and they go and find, I don't know, the arrows and skulls or the damage, that would be called, yes. That would be evidence.
Millions of fucking arrows and shit like that. What are you fucking even talking about, bro?
You know why there's millions of arrows in a certain area where they had a battle? Hey, that's why we know it existed. It's not circumstantial that there's a million arrows and a fucking a fucking
what are you even talking about, bro? Are you arguing with yourself?
I'm arguing with
What
you.
are you fucking even doing here,
I mean,
bro?
listen, what are you doing here? You're talking about...
Here's the thing.
You're gaslighting
Here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes down to it, okay? Numerology and astrology is based off mathematics.
Right.
Mathematics is the only true language out there. Okay?
Right.
So I can base off mathematics certain things
Math
that I
says
can
you're wrong.
fucking prove.
Math says you're wrong.
Math says I'm wrong?
Right. Well, first, you didn't know the rules of logic, right? Logic is math, right? Hold on.
Logic is math.
Yes, logic is math. Have you ever taken a logic course? What's the high, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I don't know what your highest level of education is, but it's clear you didn't ever take a college logic class, even at a community college level. Because if you did, you would know that there is on top of all
it's
logic.
Like peasants are fucking trying to come down.
Bro, this is what you were talking about earlier.
It's fucking
you
crazy.
called me an elitist earlier. Now I'm a peasant. Listen, you're a peasant.
You have a peasant mindset.
Listen, I'm sorry.
No doubt. You have a peasant mindset.
A peasant mindset would be going to get a girl from another country.
By the way, are you divorced?
Yes. But hold on. Sure.
Every single time, all these people trying to tell me how to live, they have failed in life. They have failed their nuclear family. But the numerologist, the astrologer, got it all going on.
I divorced her. Second of all,
you're a heretic. Yeah. He's a heretic.
Cool.
All you guys who are divorced are fucking heretics.
You're cool. I'm a heretic. I don't give a shit. I'm not sitting here trying to argue from a Christian standpoint. that's the difference. I'm saying, in fact, I will do this. I would say it is more bullshit in that go and have to pick up somebody from another culture that's far away, that suppresses their women, because I can't keep a woman of American values.
Oh yeah,
myself. I guess
you know
it
what it is.
To me.
You know what it is? I am not gonna wife up a ran through fucking whore. Maybe
so
you
you're just
can.
Not good in bed.
Maybe you can.
I got it.
Hey,
there's a reason all my women come back. I'm just saying.
Would you rather buy a used car, or a used car, or a new car?
I mean, I'd rather have the woman that can make me my dick hard, not the one that's gonna lie there because she doesn't know how to
how about this?
I mean, that's terrible.
How about both?
I guess.
How about both? You know, listen.
I mean, how would we even know if you've only been a virgin chick? How would you know she's good? I guess ignorance.
No, actually, you can tell if someone's a virgin. You can actually tell. So, did she cheat on you?
Huh? My wife cheat on me?
Yeah. Is that why the marriage ended? Why the marriage end?
She wasn't ambitious enough.
She wasn't ambitious. Why the marriage end?
Because I ended it.
You ended it?
Yeah.
You cheated on your woman?
No.
Why'd you end it?
Because she wasn't ambitious enough.
So you took vows with a woman and then you broke them?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so you're a heretic.
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay, outstanding. So again, this man's trying to tell me about
at
Jesus.
Least I'm
man is trying to tell me about Jesus is real, but yet you failed your goddamn marriage. You failed everything you've done. I feel bad for these guys.
I guess
Anyone
Paul
listen to
or
this crap.
Peter came back from the dead and started talking about, because who are you talking to? I'm not sitting here advocating for you to live a Christian lifestyle. I'm advocating for you to stop sitting here preaching like, I don't know, bullshit. Because you're sitting here saying numerology is
Interesting that I'm still married based off numerology in 23 years, but you have failed. All the Christians here have failed at their marriage. They're trying to teach me about Jesus, yet the numerologists got it all fucking right, and they want to fucking lecture me.
Nobody's doing that now.
Out of their fucking minds.
You don't have anything to argue back against the things of substance that I've said.
No. That's why we're trying to go with the I want to talk about the messenger, and the messenger tells me you're full of shit.
Going on. Gibbs is trying to attack numerology directly. Right. He's trying to attack your claims from today. What you are doing instead is going and attacking his Christianity. So we are two ships right now crossing in the night.
But my system has proven that I'm still married. His system has failed him. So the Christian system has failed him. My numerology has fucking worked.
Hold on, my system's been wonderful for me.
Here's the point, though.
Okay, Mr. Divorce
He's
Man.
not coming in on he's not coming in on the Christianity claim. He's not making.
He was talking about Jesus.
Sure. I was making it as like an example.
His claim is right now is attacking numerology, saying that there's nothing behind it.
So if he's attacking numerology, I have asked him to put his money where his mouth is. I'll be blindfolded. I will read 20 random people and let them decide if I'm right or wrong. But not him. Put some money on it.
That's a parlor trick. I could do that. That's not hard at all.
How about this? I bet you can. I bet you can't do it. I bet you can't. I got money says you can't do it. I got money says you can't do it.
Yeah, listen. If you actually
exactly. So when I bring it on him, he doesn't want to do it. When I say let me do it, he doesn't want to do it either.
All right, let's stop rolling over mics.
If you actually have the money you say you do, then you'll know that wealthy people don't bet like that. They go and go to the golf course and they bet $1 at a time, because a real flex is power, not money. Like how much land do you have? I'll bet you 10K acres. How many acres do you have?
I got an app worth $80 million.
Cool, bro. That's the point. Like that's
what are you talking about? I got a ring on me that's worth more than your house. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
You don't know how big my house is.
I know it's not worth this. I know that.
I don't know if you know how the beef industry's doing, but if you have beef, you're doing pretty fucking good. If you're able to sell it.
Hey, we're both eating good, so I'll give you that.
But what I'm saying here is, when you're arguing this, right? You don't have any substance. You don't have any data that backs it. And when you go and sit here, you're basically finding a pattern that doesn't actually exist, right? There's a term for that.
Guys, numerology ain't for everybody. We need fucking stupid sheep on this planet.
Yes.
We need people like that.
Yeah, because that way he can sell you the bullshit.
If you want to be one of those guys, go ahead. Or you can be part of the people at the very top of the food chain, like Elon, who uses
like me, the elitist. Let's use all the earlier.
You said you didn't give a fuck about poor people.
You just said you didn't give a fuck about poor people like 5 times. Like you literally are arguing.
Gentlemen, I asked one very specific request at the very beginning of this, and I said, when I'm talking, I ask that you just be mindful of that, so that
you're a woman. It's hard for me to follow directions from a woman.
But
I'm trying.
I am trying to move us along because we have a time crunch now. So Gibbs,
all right, finish him up. We'll get the last guy in
Gibbs,
here.
if you'd like to give a final statement to Gary, and then we'll move on to Leo.
Yeah, listen, I guess I'm a believer in numerology now, because I believe in the number 2, and that's 2 ass whoopings you just got from me in this debate. Thank you for having me.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Thanks for watching to the end, guys. Please comment below your thoughts on the episode. If you agree, if you disagree, I'd love to hear it. I read every single comment. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Now we actually have, I appreciate that. Now we actually have an intellectual I can actually debate. I'm born on the 7th. He's born on the 16th. People who are born on the 7th, 16, 25th, 2 and 5 and 7, 1 and 6 and 7 are the actual intellectuals in life. And it doesn't matter what their race is. It doesn't matter what their gender is. And to the white supremacists out there, let me just say this before we start. A lot of white supremacists out there want to go back to the golden days of the 1950s where America was lily white and all that, you know, everyone had their fucking virgin wife and stuff like that. That's not possible anymore. Number one, women don't breastfeed their kids. When women don't breastfeed their kids, another result of feminism, the IQ of the child drops by about 8 to 9 points. This is clinically proven. Number two, when you have a fucking woman that has multiple kids with multiple men, the more kids she has with men down the line, the lower their IQ. So the white people that want to go back to the 1950s society where, you know, that's just not going to happen because those white people had IQs between 115 to about 110. These white people today, they're birthed by whores and all this other nonsense. They got about 100 to a 95 IQ. So to the white supremacists out there, you guys are closer to the ends you hate than the white people who are your ancestors from 70 years ago. Case closed.
All right, Leo, you have a claim to make, sir. Let's get it.
I was listening to you, and I wanted to touch on the fact that you think that Jewish people are the smartest people. And
if you take the numerology aside. Obviously, I don't care if you're black or a woman. If you're born on the 7th, 16th, 25th, obviously you have the highest IQ under my system.
Yeah. I believe that is a rigged system for them to succeed. So it's perceived that they have a higher IQ. And they basically created this path for them to have the hierarchy that they have. But ultimately, if we broke it down to God's standards, I would say that they probably don't have the highest IQ, but because it's a capitalist society that they created, they have this advantage or perception that they are the smartest.
So they're better at making money than everyone else? Is that what you're telling me?
First of all, money is not real, and real currency comes from...
How'd you get over here?
We have a system that relies on currency.
Okay, so you have to drive to put gas in the car. You have to buy a car to actually come over here, right?
Prior to us exchanging currency, which is a made-up value, there was a barter exchange where you would have to exchange oranges for apples. Now we just...
That wasn't a very effective system, now was it?
Yeah, it was. It was actually very efficient.
Was it?
Yeah, because it actually provided value. Now that you're exchanging money that's made out of thin air, that's basically a Ponzi scheme. It gives the people that are probably the lowest people in society the ability to be at the highest point because they made a capitalist society that relies on fake money.
Aren't you a pretty good earner?
No, I definitely am capitalized on the fact.
Oh, you capitalize. Okay.
Yes.
So because they capitalize it on it, that doesn't mean anything. But you capitalize on it, that's okay.
Yeah, like they put me in it, so
they put you in it.
But it doesn't mean that
you could have left. You could have went to Africa. You could have went to a socialist country, Canada. Why'd you stay here?
I was born American.
You could leave. You're free to leave.
I could do that.
Yeah, you could.
Honestly, I agree with the fact that I probably should leave because capitalism is actually destroying humanity.
Capitalism is destroying humanity?
Yes.
So,
it's very divisive.
Joseph Stalin killed about 50 million people. He's a bloodthirsty communist. Tell me how that's a superior system to what we have right now.
I didn't give a contrast. I said that was superior.
So what's better than capitalism? Give me a better system.
A better system would be...
There's only socialism, communism, fascism, capitalism.
Yeah, I'm not trying to commit to anything that's already preordained.
So tell me what the better system is.
A system that's based off of true, actual value.
And who decides what that value is?
Humans.
Humans decide.
Yeah, we're currently basing...
So mob mentality.
No, it's not mob mentality.
Well, the more humans decide something, then that's where the value is, right? So if 60% of humans decide that, oh, this product is worth this much, that's what it means, right? Based on what you just said.
No, that's democracy, because then that would be like a collective decision. But I'm saying that those 40% that don't agree doesn't have to assimilate to the 60%. Okay. They could do their own thing.
How do they do their own thing? We're going to have two systems in one place? One is communist, one is...
There's enough land for that and space. We're all piled up on cities. And
how does socialism survive without taking money from other people? How does communism survive without taking money from other people? And eventually you can't take money from other people because the money runs out.
Yeah, but
how does that work?
Still relying on the currency, which is based off of capitalism. I'm seeing a space that actually has true barter value, where like these people over here have oranges and these people have apples and they trade.
You want to go back to the Stone Age?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the economics make a little bit more sense because it's fair and it gives true value of exchange.
Okay.
Where now it's all made up.
You're a black man or you're mixed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that blacks are the most disadvantaged group in the world?
I would agree with that.
You would agree with that. What if I told you in America there's 1.8 million black Americans who are millionaires? And if you go outside of America, it's about 150,000. And all of outside of America, you have 150,000 black men who are millionaires. Here you have 1.8. So the most disadvantaged group in the world, we both agree, is black, but yet they thrive in America. Why is that?
No, that's also American black people. So for that 1.8 rich people, there's a drastic amount that is not successful. So if you scale those, like how exceptional is that 1.8 versus the ones that are not?
Well, I told you if you take the 1.8 and you compare it to the rest of the world, again, America's 4% of the world population. 96% is outside of America. Outside of America, 150,000 black millionaires. Inside, almost 2 million.
Contingent on capitalism and currency.
So it actually works.
No, it doesn't. It's a
Why?
value.
It didn't take black people out of poverty. Black people here have money. that doesn't happen anywhere else in the world.
Poverty is a choice. It doesn't.
Poverty is a choice.
There's abundant.
Poverty is not a choice under socialism. Poverty is not a choice under communism. It's only a choice under capitalism. If you don't want to work, then listen, brother. I know what you do. You make a lot. You make good money. Okay. Yes. Would that be possible unless we didn't live in the capitalist system?
No, but I would.
Exactly. So you wouldn't have that money.
I wouldn't have to do that, though, is my point, though. I wouldn't have to do that if we weren't relying on this fake currency exchange. And this, the point of you saying, like, the people outside of America, they don't have it, that's because the capitalist society is strategically impoverishing the other places. Like,
that's all good.
There's enough AI, and like, think about, you said Elon Musk, he has $1 trillion. There's enough resources for everyone to be advanced. They don't need to be third world countries. It's a choice.
So everyone could be a winner. That's not how the game works, brother. For every Los Angeles Lakers, there's a New Jersey Nets. For every New York Yankees, there's a fucking Minnesota Twins. For someone to win, someone has to lose. That is how yin yang works, my friend.
And we've got about 3 minutes left. I want you to make sure you have time to finish your points.
Go into numerology.
Yeah, right.
We'll go into numerology. So my perspective is 33 life paths are the dominant force on this planet from a numerology perspective. What's yours?
I believe 11s are.
Why?
Just because the example of the Obama's an 11.
So Obama's just a charismatic guy. What else?
You got Michael Jordan, best basketball player of all time.
Again, a good athlete. That's an athlete. That's an athlete. So athletes are in the world?
No. But I could.
You can get 5 Michael Jordans. I will take Albert Einstein over him. I'll take the Wright brothers at 33 over your guys.
I'm going to defeat your argument.
Go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. The American Black people are the most influential people in the world, and Jewish people are actually using us to monetize the planet. But if we actually had the education system that was given to us and not stolen from us, we'd be smarter and better than everyone. And I would stand on that all day.
Well, the Moors had their run when they enslaved, the people in Spain for 700 years.
Michael Jordan's the best basketball player because he decided to focus on basketball. You're not going to tell me if he tried to focus on statistics or fucking physics, he wouldn't be the best.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he could. He has the aptitude.
No.
He has the dedication to learn. Yes,
he was an Aquarius and he had great leaping skills because of it. What are you talking about?
You're also saying that basketball doesn't take IQ. You can't just be a good player.
There's plenty of great players who are low IQ.
Yeah, and they don't make it. They don't become the best. He's considered the greatest.
Russell Westbrook was one of the fucking greatest fucking players of all time. He's as dumb as a goddamn toolbox, bro.
You can't even say that. He averaged a triple-double.
James Harden is one of the great basketball players of all time. Motherfucker chokes all the fucking time. What are you talking about?
That's not based off of IQ and their ability to know the game. I would argue that James Harden is one of the smartest basketball players because he averages multiple assists, and that's very hard to do. He's self-aware of the entire game.
Yeah, 27% from three-point range in the playoffs. Yeah, that's real. I think I could do better
at
that.
I'm gonna lean on the Michael Jordan one.
Yeah, you do that. Do that.
Nah, for real, because the fact that he's capable of becoming the best basketball player, it's not based off of fully athleticism. It takes high IQ.
I would say Michael Jordan's high IQ. I'd say LeBron James is higher IQ.
2 seconds ago, you disagree with that.
I said they're high IQ, those guys, but you're not going to tell me that everyone who's a great basketball player is high IQ. That's ridiculous.
But I'm emphasizing the best for a reason to say that if he wanted to focus on physics,
you're telling me Michael Jordan could be the best chemist in the world if he wanted to?
Get the fuck. Come on, bro. I 100% believe that.
Come on, man.
I 100%.
You're trying to sell me a dream, bro. You're not even a politician. You're trying to sell me a dream. Come on, bro.
It's based off of the information that's available and his dedication to study and become the best. He's already showed that he could do that with basketball. It takes more than capability.
Based off numerology and astrology, you're not like the rest of these guys. You actually believe in this stuff.
I 100% believe
it. Based off numerology and astrology, some people who are 11s have the charisma. People who are 5s have the looks.
You're gonna,
and ones are the leaders. You know this, so you know based off that information, not everyone can be the best at everything based off their birthday. You know this.
I'm gonna ask you a question that none of them know enough to ask you. But first of all, the calendar,
we got a minute. Go ahead.
The calendar that we follow is just not accurate. It was changed. It was based off of the Gregorian calendar. So now we have 12 months. We have 12 hours.
We should have 13 months and
exactly. So
100%.
If you're basically admitting to me that that's inaccurate,
and I will tell you, the Matrix will adapt the system to what everyone believes it is, because this is a virtual reality, and that's how the Matrix works.
The virtual reality is functioning because we're all assimilating in the same exact equation.
Correct.
And because we follow that equation, it gives us the reality that we exist.
And when you stop following it, it won't work. But since everyone's still following it, That's not the case, and that's how it's always going to be.
Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the numbers that we're following are accurate.
Based off the system we have right now, it is the most accurate way to use it. Am I saying my numerology is 100% on point? No. I'm a practitioner. I'm a human being. I can make mistakes. The numerology and astrology is always on point. It's always on the practitioner, not the system itself.
No, I believe that the numbers are always on point.
So we basically say the same thing.
Yeah, not necessarily the astrology, but I do believe that the numbers are always on point. They're always the underlying common denominator.
How'd you find numerology?
I found numerology based off of asking the universe to reveal to me the information that's controlling the world. And by me asking the universe for that, it manifested multiple opportunities for me to see through the veil and see that numbers are running everything.
The beauty about what I've done is I've given 45,000 people readings. Now, if all of these people did the same, they probably have a different perspective the way I have it. But one thing I've seen throughout my life is when people are 11s, 22s, or 33s, like this man over here, the way he met up to me, he just saw me in the streets. He knows I'm Garry, the numbers guy. We just started talking. He's in numerology. Now he's my bodyguard. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, the 11s get it because you're old souls, and I know you agree with that. The 22s get it. The 33s get it. All the people who are 1 through 9s, you guys have to grind and fucking pass your reincarnations and get to this level, because I truly believe that the 11s, the 22s, and 33s are the old souls. Anyways, brother, outstanding. Where can people reach you? Where can people find you?
Instagram, no comparison. TikTok, The Human Line.
Sean, appreciate you setting this up. And next time, let's get more fireworks.
Thanks for having me.
This has been a GG33 production. Peace, baby. Oh, by the way, the Q app, the best numerology astrology app ever made. Get it. Free to download.
Thank you, Garry. This was
good
fun.
Capitalism.
If you learned anything from this episode or got any value at all, please share this episode with a friend. It helps us grow the channel, it helps us grow the podcast, and it means a lot to us. Thank you so much.